Hub City Deli is honored to sponsor Jackson Christian Athletics. Gourmet chef Peter Thomas invites you in for a totally new experience in craft sandwiches, wraps, and salads. The homemade hoagies are baked fresh. A big favorite is Pete's Brisket Hoagie with brisket, smoked Texas style. The Hub City Burger is a Jackson favorite. The salads are always fresh and unique. Hub City Deli is open for breakfast as well. Located on Pleasant Plains Extended, just down the road from Jackson Christian.
And good evening and welcome to USJ's field. We are the visiting team tonight as the Jackson Christian Eagles 4-0 take on the 4-1 USJ Bruins here at Kirkland Field. Dave Wade with me, but you are on the Ball Game Blitz TV show produced by Worthy Road Studios on the Jackson Christian Facebook page. I'm Coach Joe Holloway, your announcer for the evening. David Wade is our color man. This is a copyright broadcast, and we will remind you of that, a copyright broadcast of Worthy Road Studios for 2022. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or editing and further use of this Ball Game Blitz TV show without the express written consent of Worthy Road Studios is strictly prohibited. There will be other high schools covered tomorrow night by Worthy Road Studios. Peabody, TCA will be on their Facebook page. They also are at Union University for volleyball, basketball, softball, and baseball during the year. All of our Ball Game Blitz games are archived to the Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel. Tonight's directors are Christopher Reason. He's the big man. The producer is Stephanie Janda, and Adrena is our replay operator. Cameras tonight are Eric Inman and Chris Benson. And our executive producer for all of Worthy Road Studios broadcast is the venerable one himself, Paul Schultze. And they are available to you on YouTube tonight after the game. It'll be probably take with both teams playing about an hour or so afterwards. You can see it on YouTube in high definition. Dave, some quick thoughts about this contest. This is the slobber knocker tonight. I know there's other games in the area, but this is the premier game.
Yeah, there's no question. This is the game everybody has been waiting on since the start of the season. Both teams are off to a very, very good start. These teams are only separated by a little less than 2 miles. So this area is definitely saturated with USJ, Jackson Christian fans. The stands are just about full at this moment. 17 minutes left before kickoff. The end zones are starting to fill up, and Coach, I'm excited for this. I've been thinking about it all day and what it takes. I hope it lives to the build-up, and I'm just going to at this point now just refer to this as the rumble on the rug.
Yeah, that could be true. Both teams, and we can save that and use it again next year because it'll be on the rug.
It'll be
again.
On the rug too.
Dave will give you some of the best color. You need to call 5 fans and tell them that Dave Wade is doing color. It'll be a great broadcast, as always, by Worthy Road Studios. And to show you what kind of game this is, it's got all kinds of media coverage tonight.
I'm telling you, as I look down here, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 9 cameras that I can see right now. I know that there's 3 broadcasts that are happening. It is the one of the 2 games, I think, that are being played in town tonight, with Liberty and Northside going at it.
Yeah, somebody will be a winner in that one.
Somebody's going to win that one, and it's the Commissioner's Cup to start going ahead with Southside leading that. But, Coach, as I pulled into USJ, first time I have been here since they've started the construction and moving the things around as far as parking. And, as I looked, as I came in, it was 10 minutes after 6, and the stands for Jackson Christian were half full, and the cars were just lined up all the way down McClellan. There's no doubt that the public has taken to this game. I'm sure that there are a lot of people that are attending this ball game that neither have alliances to either school, just want to watch a really good football game. And I'm telling you, the weather's good. Actually got a little colder. I had to put a little long sleeve shirt on for us, but I'm ready for it. Looks like Mother Nature is blowing just a little bit of wind in from the north as the flag flies. So this field runs north to south, and the wind will be blowing north to south.
Absolutely, and we'll come back with more about this contest and a few others in the area. There are other Thursday night games in West Tennessee, and no, Moose, we're not interested in the games in East Tennessee tonight. The Moose called us last week and wanted to Dobbins Bennett score, but you are watching and listening to Jackson Christian football here at USJ tonight. We'll be back after this timeout on the Worthy Road Studios Network.
Looking for a new and exciting career? At Jackson State Community College, we offer nationally recognized, top-rated programs designed to greenlight your career for success. With courses available in the health sciences, nursing, computer technology, and much more, your next step towards a career starts here at Jackson State. Learn how Jackson State Community College can greenlight your future at greenlightyourfuture.com.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
Serving the Jackson. Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
Great American Sports, make sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson. We specialize in team sports for youth leagues, schools, and churches. We can embroider and screen print team uniforms. We also have sports equipment, Under Armour and Adidas clothing, and anything else you need for your team sports. You can email or call us for all your team sports needs. Great American Sports, make sports an addiction.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's Body Shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
If you work outside or in a facility with no AC, or you're just struggling with this year's heat wave, it can really take a toll on your body and health. At Live Hydration Drip Spa, we can help you recover with our Beat the Heat special for only $59. Call or visit us online today to set your appointment.
And welcome back to Kirkland Field. Coach Joe Holloway, David Wade here with Worthy Road Studio broadcast of Jackson Christian Eagle football. Eagles come in 4-0. The Bruins at 4-1. Dave, pretty evenly matched teams in one way, although the Jackson's son picked the Bruins to win. What do you think it's going to take for the Eagles to win tonight?
Well, I could say that they have to hit on all cylinders. That would be an understatement. But, the bottom line right now is both teams are playing well. I don't think both teams have to play perfect games. Now, they can't just hand it away. I think the biggest aspect of this game, Coach, is going to be a little bit of nerves, a little adrenaline. It's such a big game that you got to get a hold of yourself through about the first 7 minutes of it and until maybe 2 series are played, and then it becomes a regular football game again, and you calm down. Now, in that 7 minutes, there's a lot of things that can go wrong, and if it does and it starts to snowball, then things can really, really, really get out of hand. I do not see this to be a blowout in any direction. I think both teams are going to run good offenses, and they're going to be ready to do game plans. I've been put in place. Jackson Christian is executing their game plans very well, and USJ does the same thing. So I just look forward to a fantastic ball game. I think Jackson Christian is as ready for this ball game as they've been in a lot of years, and I think it's going to be a fun one.
It should be. Some people look and say it's going to be one on the lines, the offensive and defensive lines. And what we need to do at this time is take a timeout, and we'll come back after this with more football on Jackson Christian's network.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services we offer. We treat for all types of pests, including bed bugs, brown recluse spiders, and other hard-to-treat pests. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to encapsulate a crawl space. Give us a call to hear how to achieve the same thing and save thousands. Southeastern Termite and Pest Control can handle all of your termite and pest control needs, wood fungus and moisture barriers, real estate closing letters, and so much more. Southeastern, 731-660-1052.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
At McCoy's Heating and Air, we realize there are more than enough things to worry about on a day-to-day basis. With our new 10-year all-inclusive package, your home comfort doesn't have to be one of them. For one low monthly payment, you can purchase a brand new York unit with full maintenance and repair coverage for 10 years with approved credit. No hassle, no stress, just complete coverage for your comfort and convenience. Contact McCoy's Heating and Air at 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com to schedule your free new AC estimate today.
This is how we Friday night. How do you Friday night?
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
No matter how you Friday night, you always win at Kaufman's.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way, peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
For anyone contemplating pre-planning, we can tell you from our experience, it's much easier to make funeral plans and record them now than wait until emotions are running at their highest.
With pre-planning, you can free your mind and heart from having to make big decisions during a time of grief and instead enjoy the freedom to focus on the memories of a life well lived.
And welcome back to Jackson Christian Football here on Worthy Road Studios broadcast. Coach Joe Holloway, Dave Wade. Dave, looks like we're just about ready for the coin toss, and we'll let you handle both teams on the coin toss. But we're on the far side of the field. We're used to seeing the backs of our young men go out there. And we'll see them coming out at us. Saw Tony Schutz and his wife here tonight. Tony used to coach at USJ. He's now the head mentor of the girls basketball team at Jackson Christian.
Yes, he is, Coach, and you know what a great pickup that was, and a great hire, and Tony is definitely going to make an impact as he has always done. As I look down at the crew, Coach, I'm seeing right now Referee David Harris. Dr. David Harris, as a lot of people know in Jackson, a very, very good crew. They have elected this game, and different high schools can do it. They are running a 7-man crew in this game instead of a 5-man crew. So right now what you will see is actually the same officiating formations as you do in college and as you do in the playoff game. So it is going to be covered with back judges and side judges and linesmen, so we will look good as far as the officials. Coach, the captains for USJ tonight are number 2, Parker Barnes. He is not in uniform. He is injured. That is number 18 is going to be Berkeley Pettigrew, the quarterback. Number 31 is Kevin Finch. And number 62 is Mark Cox. And for the Jackson Christian Eagles, just before they go out is going to be number 3, Cam Boyd, number 7, Wyatt Jones, number 12, Gage Boykin, and number 72, Dylan Deloach. Coach, I'm really excited to see what's going to take place in the first 7 minutes. Now, that's really something that I want to see. You know, the history is on USJ's side. Everybody knows that. But I think right now the momentum is on Jackson Christian.
2 years ago, this game was won by an Alden Smith field goal, which you can go back and hear David and I call that. Yep. Last year, it was start out okay, and then the wheels fell off the bus for Jackson Christian.
It was good, and you're exactly right all of a sudden. And that's what can happen in a rivalry game if your emotions are in it. Now, football is an emotional sport, and you need to have that, but you also have to stay and understand that it's one play at a time, one call at a time, and that we need to just, you know, if something goes wrong, it's okay, but you can't fall into that, oh, my gosh, I can't believe this has happened. And, Coach, we're getting a Mother Nature flyover right here. You see that?
Yes, we are.
Many duck hunters and geese hunters would love the 7 geese that are just coming straight over the stadium. We're having a flyover at this moment.
Notice how they draft off each other, Dave.
Yes, they do. That is absolutely that's Mother Nature at its finest right there.
At its finest. And Dave will tell you all about this story. Took a little long this time.
Well, you know what it is he's talking to it. He's talking to the teams, letting them know exactly what is. What is he going to expect? USJ has won the toss, and they have elected to defer. Let's see if that's exactly what I saw. I think Mr. Harris he's going to say that. Nope, they're going to receive. So this is the first time this year that we've kicked off to begin a football game.
And a little gamesmanship on that.
Yes, it
because
is.
USJ usually does not take the football.
And
and they know that we want the
absolutely.
football.
So that is the first move of the pawn in the chess game of the
Well,
Rumble.
there's been a lot of smack talk going on this week,
yes.
and gamesmanship, and let's be honest, there's no love loss here.
No. And there hasn't been. I don't care if you're at the soccer game or you're at the baseball or football. There is no love loss. I mean, it's not a hatred to the point that you're going to see fights. This may get a little chippy. They're going to have it.
And Jackson Christian has made their appearance. They outgamed them and came out second like they wanted to on that one. And the Eagles have made their appearance, and it is just about football time in Jackson, Tennessee on the Worthy Road Studios in Jackson Christian Facebook Network. 51 seconds to kick off.
Man, if that didn't get you excited, that team ran straight into the camera view, and now it is time for the Rumble on the Rug.
Yeah, Moose just sent me a text, said, how come you flipped voices then? Well, it's not a flip of the voices. It is football time.
It is football time, baby. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait, Coach. This is going to be really good. And we got to do the little things. Stay in your lanes. Do what we got to do. I would love to see this ball as we kick with a wind on this field that is artificial, great surface, wind blowing north to south, and it is at about 7 miles an hour. I see a drone flying, so we've got every aspect of high school football right now.
And, David, I thought drones over stadiums and places like that was illegal in the state of Tennessee.
Well, they have to agree. Both teams have to agree to let it happen. Yeah. And now
one of the backmen to get those to receive is Jace Barksdale. I cannot see the closest player's number to him. But Zach Cisco to hit the football. It's a line drive. It's going to go into the end zone. It didn't even need to bounce or anything. It was a line drive.
Coach, he just kicked that ball. If you're listening on radio, here's the bottom line. That kick was no more than 20 feet off of the ground on a line shot, and it flew 7 yards deep into the Bruins end zone.
Okay, the Bruins will start on their 20. Barksdale at quarterback. Behind him will be Kevin Finch, who is an outstanding runner. A lot of schools looking at him. Berkeley Pettigrew has just appeared. And Sane, number 17, Raleigh Seals. And Raleigh got hurt early in the year, but they say he's back full speed. We'll have a slot formation to the right of their formation with a tight end. We've got our 3 traditional down linemen. They're going to try Finch on first down. He's got a big hole. He may go all the way. One man has a chance, and that's DeMoss tackles him at about the 43-yard line of Jackson Christian. He hit that hole fast, didn't he, Dave?
Yeah, we'll look at this again, and as we see it, he's going to come in, and he's going to hit that hole, and there he is. Our linebackers got caught inside, and we did get a chance to run him down. Good job of letting go of that horse collar tackle for no penalty.
1st and 10. They haven't set the chains yet. I'm surprised that they are letting them start the play. And the chains aren't set. They give again to Finch, same hole. He's going to get good yardage again. A host of Jackson Christian Eagles there. But so far they've owned the line of scrimmage.
They have, and that's, 2 plays. They've run the same play, and they've gained 35 yards and just popped it for 5. They like the left side, and I'll guarantee you that they're not going to change anything right now until we can stop it.
And let's see what happens on this one. 2nd and actually a little closer to 6-5. Short 6, long 5. Here's the snap to Pettigrew. He fakes, goes over, batted down, and that time getting up in there was a great play by Jackson Christian School.
Wyatt Jones did a good job right there, Coach. If you'll see, he knew he could not get to Pettigrew back there, and what he did was he just held his ground, and he left his feet, got his hands up, knocked it down. So now they're in a good long 3rd down instead of a short one.
0 for 1 passing for Pettigrew, one of the better passers. He and Gage Boykin for our team are 2 of the great ones. Gage has got a cannon now. They'll go trips left with Seals, the closest man to the line of scrimmage. 1 wide out to the right. It's a throwing down, but they're going to run the option. And they've got good yardage on that. And, again, nobody was on the pitch man. And Seals, or Finch, has actually run out of bounds.
Yeah, we'll see as we take a look, and it's going to come down, and you'll see the pitch right here. Coach, he pitches it out. He keeps, and I don't like the lineman right there that got pinned in. Looked like he got a little bit of hold, but he breaks it to the outside for a good gain. Coach, we had it defended. It looked like we got turned inside.
It really does. So a nice pickup there, and it'll be 1st and 10. Football on about the 18-yard line. Maybe the 17. They send a man in motion. That is Barksdale. They're just going to run with 2 blockers in front of him. Finch. Finch is headed towards the goal line, and I believe he has, they say he's down at the 1. So another 1st down, so it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, and as we're going to look again, and it is very obvious that they're going to try to take this and just keep going to that side. Good trap blocking right there, Coach, down to the 1.
Those guards got out well in front of them. You got to get into your goal line defense now and fill those gaps. Here's the snap to Pettigrew, the handoff to Finch, and he's a strong young man, gets a 1-yard touchdown.
Well, and that they did right exactly what they wanted to do on that drive, and they punch it in right here. They take the ball from their 20 after a good kickoff. They go a big play. They get in a 3rd and long. They get the first down, punch it in. Good opening drive for the Bruins here.
Absolutely. So they take it 80 yards for the score. Here's the kick. It's up. And it is good. It's 7-0 USJ. We'll be back after this timeout on Worthy Road Studios.
It's time for the 4th annual Lifeline Car Giveaway.
And Joe Mahan Ford is proud to donate a car again this year.
Give blood with Lifeline between Memorial Day and Labor Day for a chance to win a 2019 Ford EcoSport. Join Lifeline
and Joe Mahan Ford and give blood this summer.
We are back after an 80-yard drive, and it actually took less than 2 minutes, Dave.
Well, and they did exactly what they wanted to do. They came out, they tried to throw the ball once. We did knock it down. They got around the edge. They made some damage in our interior line. But that's scripted, and we can overcome that. We need to do the same thing. We need to have a good, positive possession of this football.
I hate to say this, is almost as necessary that we answer this with at least 3. Now let's see if this is English to kick off. He does handle the extra points for them. We'll see. Deep kick, goes back. Looks like Mosley's got it, juggles it, which slows his momentum. He's got a middle return, but he's going to be hemmed in and stopped at about the 22 and pushed back unceremoniously.
Well, and Coach, we got the ball, the kick, which was low, and got it out to the 23-yard line, but looking for a little bit better return, we would hope. But hey, we're doing good.
We start at the 10:04 mark here in the first quarter. Ball on our own 23. Boykin at quarterback. Boyd will shift. They're going to shift. They watched some film from earlier a couple of weeks ago that we did this, but here's Boyd. Looks like he had a hole. It closed up quickly, but he does get across the 25 down to about the 27.
Yeah, Boyd takes it and just tries the right side, does a very, very good job of following blockers. And, that is a great gain on a first down play. We're going to use a little bit of misdirection on them and a lot of shifting going on. And the game plan is what we have to execute.
And he did get 6 out of that, so it's 2nd and 4. Good pickup after all. Tight formation to the left. This time the handball to Mosley. They got good penetration. His speed put him on the corner. He's got one man to beat. Can he outleg the young man? It's a foot race down the sideline. And guess who's going to win the foot race? Yes, you've got it. You know what we have. Touchdown, Jalen Mosley.
Well, look at this, Coach. On this replay, you're going to see Mosley get it. He's got 1, 2, 3 blockers out there. Boyd is leading the way, seals that whole corner off. And now Mosley is in a foot race. He is desperately trying to get in. He slows him down, puts him in. What a way to answer the Bruins' opening drive.
71 yards. Zach Cisco on for a very important point. We have to match points with them. The snap is down. The kick is up. It looks good. The referees say it is good. It's tied at 7 with 9:18 to go still in the first quarter. Lots of fireworks and a timeout on Worthy Road Studios.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Running has dominated this game. Finch and Mosley's run along with Cam Boyd. People thought that it might be where there was passing going on, but it's a battle between the two lines, the offensive and defensive lines of both schools.
And great blocking that's going on, and I got to hand it right there. Boyd is the one that sprung him loose, and he got the edge, and at that point it was just he was faster than the man trying to get him.
Absolutely. Here is the kick. Cisco's kick high, end over end, going into the end zone, catching it about 6 or 7 yards deep is Barksdale. You cannot bring it out.
You think he's pumped?
I think he's pumped.
I'm telling you, he's just kicked 2 of the longest kickoffs that I have seen all year long, and I'm talking about one of them was a bullet that was 7 yards deep. That was 7 yards with a moonshot.
Absolutely. Now, USJ scored their last possession. Unofficially, Kevin Finch had 79 yards of those 80 yards.
Well, they're going to run Finch, and I mean they're going to keep trying him until we can stop him. But now, like I said, the 2 drives are over. Adrenaline nerves are out of the way.
And actually he had 80 of their yards in that drive. They try the left side, and again, good penetration. They got in that B gap. And we've got to fill those gaps quicker. Linebackers got to scrape in there, Dave.
Yeah, we got to make sure that they don't get us pushed out of those holes so our linebackers can move side to side. The offensive line for USJ is skimming that block, and then they're getting in there to seal our linebackers coming down through. So, good job by the line, but that was good job by the linebackers of fading through it.
Absolutely. 2 receivers to the right of the formation. And they are, it's ended over formation to what it is. Blasting through this time on almost, used to call it like an isolation, but this was just straight hitter day. Nice yardage, but not a first down.
No, and you can look as on this is we got right here, Coach. He pops up the middle, and we get a tackle by the safety who comes strong up in there, lays some good pads on him to stop him short. 3rd and short.
And that was Trent Carrier putting the shoulder pad to him. So a short 3rd and 1, 8:11 to go in the first quarter of play. They move Seals over. We shift with it. They bring a man back in motion. They're not going to give it to him. They give it to Finch. He's going to get the first down, though. He crossed that 30, gets pushed back, and even though he gained positive yardage, that's probably Jackson Christian's best defensive play.
Yes, it is, and we're gaining confidence with each snap of the ball. He does get a first down. It was 3rd and 1. He got 2, but he is starting to feel some hits right now, and that's what you got to do to a running back. They get stronger as the game goes, but they need to know that when they carry this ball, that they're going to have to take it because that defense is going to come after them.
And USJ comes out bringing a wide out. And, of course, I hope you're not having the trouble I am seeing the white numbers down there.
Yes, I am.
Pettigrew at quarterback. They're going to do Finch again this time. Whistles blow. Was it too long? Encroachment? Or
I think what you saw is in the slot side on the right, he stepped backwards. Which is legal if he's the only one moving, but I think that they deemed that he simulated the start of the play, and I think the play was going to him, Coach. I think they were going to just wing it out to him, but he simulates the start, so now we got him behind the sticks. We need to make sure that we don't give up anything deep.
Here's 1st and 15. The favorite and leading receiver for Pettigrew is Barksdale, Jace Barksdale. And we've got coverage. DeMoss is over here. We've got 3 men, cannot see their numbers from this angle. Jack Collins, one of them, Mosley, and they give again, and nice yardage for about 4.5, maybe 5 yards. And the running back, Finch, runs hard.
Yeah, Finch comes down through there very, very good, but all of a sudden what we weren't doing, we are now doing a great job. And as my buddies at the fire station, Corey and Jason and Billy, as they watch, man, they covered him up like a security man. Put him down.
That's the way it's done. You get the best out of Dave Wade. The ball is at approximately the 30. It's actually sitting on it. Trips right. A wide receiver to the left. It's a passing down. The option play, though. This is what they got big yardage on. The football is loose. Who has it? Let's see what the signal. Sometimes the players know before the officials.
It looks like Jackson Christian.
Jackson Christian. You're right, Dave.
I'm going off of the coaches. As we look at this replay, this is a late pitch. He comes down, decides to go late. Not a big effort of him to get back to it. He just turned around. So the only one that was sitting back there was Pettigrew, and we get the ball in good shape. First turnover of the game, Coach. We got to make them pay for this.
Got to pay. We got to put it in the end zone or at least get a field goal out of it. I wished I had the number, but there was such a crowd around. A lot of emotion in this contest.
A lot of it.
USJ slides their defense, the strong part of it, to their right. Here we fumble the football, and Boykin does the wise. Or that's actually Elijah DeMoss. He picks it up. And we were going to try to trick him with a little wildcat there, although Elijah can play quarterback.
Yeah, he can, and you know, he's been known to throw it. But right there, just a mishandled snap, and I'm going to just attribute that to nerves. Coach, it was the first time that he was going to get his hands on it. But, you know, we didn't lose but 2 right there, got it back to the line. We're still in good shape.
2nd and 12. Wide side of the field to the left. That's where Mosley works one-on-one. That's a good matchup, he and Jace Barksdale. Got a blocking back to the left. They pull the guard. They give to Boyd. He's running, gets outside the 20, the 15, and knocked out of bounds at about the 12.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to see right now is we've got the edges. We've got the speed to get around. Just hand off to Boyd. Nothing special about this. Let's just go left, boys. Here he goes. Boyd gets it, and he just outruns them to the corner. No way to get him. First down, big play.
No, they're going to plunk it down on the 13, so it's a 15-yard gain by him. He has 21 yards and 2 carries. Mosley, made a shoe adjustment down there. Every little thing is important. It's 1st and 10, the first down by the Jackson Christian Eagles. Ball on the left hash mark at the 13-yard line. Banky is down to the bottom of your screen. They send Mosley in motion. It's the jet sweep handoff. Mosley dances, cuts upfield. He won't make a touchdown, but a nice gain, Dave.
Yeah, Mosley takes it and heads to the right, and as he does, he's looking for his hole, and finally he sees it. He turns it upfield for a very, very good gain on first down. And, Coach, I'm looking at the linebacking core of USJ right now, and I can't see the number because of the Columbia blue and the white. It's just hard to see, but there's one that's he's favoring his leg right now. I don't know how bad.
Well, if it's 0, it might be Raleigh Seals because he has had some injuries. Wyatt Jones, the blocking back, shifts to the right. They pull a guard. Boyd gets caught right at the line of scrimmage, and you'll hear the USJ fans.
Well, there's no question USJ is a little bit bigger on that defensive line than we are, and in doing so, it's going to be harder to get up the middle. I like the outside. I think you're probably going to see us do that or look for a tight end across the middle would be really, really sweet right now.
It sure would, Dave. 3rd down, about 7 to go. You might get some crossbuck action, some crossing action out of the wide receivers would be nice. Daniel Green caught 2 passes last week. Boykin wants to throw, flushed out of the pocket, lofts the ball up in the air. It's a jump ball, and really we had to play defense on that one.
Yeah, and that's what you don't want to have happen right there. And good job of getting rid of it and getting it back, but it ended up being the man that he wanted right here wasn't there as the slant come in. So he's just going to lay it up into the back of the end zone, and good play by our receiver to knock that ball down.
Well within Shane Cisco's. Well, it's Shane's his father. Zach Cisco as range. Of course, Shane played over at Northside. He is the father of Will Cisco, the great wideout that played here a couple of years ago. Say hello to the councilman, Dave Cisco. I know he is watching tonight. Looks like a capacity-plus crowd, Dave.
About 7 deep in the
Okay,
end zone.
let's check it out. What's it going to be? About a 23-yard field goal. The kick is up. It looks good. It is good, and Jackson Christian has taken a 10-3 lead on the field goal of Zach Cisco. Let's take a timeout. Worthy Roads and Jackson Christian football.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Buying a car is all about you. In person, over the phone, or online, we make it simple and easy. Our place is yours, no matter where you live. LonnieCobbFord.com or Lonnie Cobb Ford in Henderson, where cars really are cheaper in the country.
And we are back after the Zach Cisco field goal. And we'll check the exact yardage on that one. Doesn't matter about the yardage. It was good, David.
It was, and you know, it's a good job to get points on the board after the turnover. You know, USJ is probably happy that they gave up 3, not 7. But in the end of that, Coach, I think it was somewhere between 23 and 25 yards.
Okay.
Split the upright, and, I mean, you know, we take the lead after a very good opening drive, another good defensive stand, and it's time to turn it on.
Here's Zach Sisko approaching the ball. We know Barksdale's deep. This one's going to come down in play. No, they will blow it dead.
Yeah.
A little mechanics problem down there, right?
And a little bit of mechanics. Me and you was watching the same thing. But at the end of that one, it is the high school rule that if it takes him into the end zone, momentum, whatever case may be, if he breaks that plane, they're going to kill it. He cannot come out of the end zone with it. The referees have agreed. Mr. Harris has said, let's put it in play at the 20.
And this will be the third time USJ has started at the 20. They have a touchdown on their first one, a fumble on the second one. Pettigrew, your quarterback, he's going to give to Finch. They always fake the pass afterwards. And this time just a pants tackle with some help from some people. I think that we finally got some people there like Eli Craig, but whoever grabbed him by the pants helped a whole lot, didn't they?
Yeah, he did. And you know, Craig just goes off of the right side right there. And you know, there's nothing special about what's happening between both teams. We're running around them, and right now they're trying to run through it. So, you know, we're going to see which one makes the adjustment first.
Well, Finch already has over 100 yards rushing.
He's toting the mail.
Yes, he is. Wide side of the field to the left of the formation. There's a slot out there, single coverage. We played one high safety. The safety coming up to play the run. Now I see a penalty flag, and I can think of holding or a face mask.
Well, I think you're going to see a face mask here, and I'm not sure that if it's going to be against us or the helmet of a Jackson Christian player came off. So let's wait and see how this is going to go. It looked like the runner may have gotten a little bit of a face mask tug, and it is going to be against us. I couldn't tell exactly what happened, but you could see the head of the USJ runner get spun a little bit, and the umpire saw it standing right there and dropped it.
5 first downs to 1. USJ leading in first downs. Jackson Christian leading on the scoreboard, 10-7. And I know they've got the sound equipment on. Must just be going to TRTV.
Well, no, I just heard it actually very
okay.
Faintly, and he said it was a 5-yard face mask penalty against Jackson Christian.
Okay, not the 15. I'd already put it down as a 15-yarder. But it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bruins on their own 36-yard line. Short side of the field to the right of their formation, to their bench. They shift the H-back, Seals. They're going to run the left tackle, and again, Finch breaks good yardage. Here comes the foot race. Lance Rowland gets him down at our 25, maybe the 24.
That was nothing but just off tackle going left, and you're going to see a hole that opens up. The Bruins do a great job. He never breaks stride through this hole. We don't get a hand on him until he cuts at the 42-yard line, and then it is a foot race right there that we win. You know, right now Finch is probably tired. He's not able to outrun anybody, but he is putting the yardage up.
Well, he's got to come out for one play now because his helmet was off. Pettigrew in the backfield. Cannot pick up the number. They're going to fake the run. Pettigrew's going to keep it, and I think he is their second leading rusher, and he picks up a nice gain short of the first down.
Yeah, that was I don't think that was a RPO, but it was a run option right there. Either hand it, he sticks it into the belly of the running back, and he saw right there that he wanted to keep it. Now, Coach, you know, when that happens, he may get a few yards, but you got to make a quarterback say, I really don't want to run that ball.
Yeah, Finch back in there. And actually, I don't think he read it all. I think it was fake and give. Here's a quick toss out in the flat. They break a tackle. This one's going to go all the way into the end zone.
Well, we got a missed tackle right here, Coach. You see Pettigrew takes this ball one step forward, throws it out into the flats, and we've got to get him right here. We've got him 3 yards behind the line to gain, but he's able to shed the tackle and get into the corner of the end zone.
Touchdown at the 142 mark. Here's the snap. The kick is up. It looks good. The officials say it is good. It is now 14-10. USJ has retaken the lead. Let's take a timeout on the Worthy Road Studios network.
Hub City Deli is honored to sponsor Jackson Christian Athletics. Gourmet chef Peter Thomas invites you in for a totally new experience in craft sandwiches, wraps, and salads. The homemade hoagies are baked fresh. A big favorite is Pete's Brisket Hoagie with brisket, smoked Texas style. The Hub City Burger is a Jackson favorite. The salads are always fresh and unique. Hub City Deli is open for breakfast as well. Located on Pleasant Plains Extended, just down the road from Jackson Christian.
We are back here, both teams going up and down the field, and it shows my basketball. USJ with, I was going to say up and down the court and the floor, but we are playing football. USJ has a 14-10 lead. An exciting touchdown pass from Pettigrew.
You know, Coach, usually, speaking of basketball, this is a term that's used, but the way this is going, we may turn the clock over,
It's going pretty. Somebody's defense will figure it out. I don't know if we had blitzing linebacker. Our linebackers got to scrape in that hole quicker.
24 points in the first quarter. This is an offensive showdown.
It sure is. Here's the kickoff for USJ. See who feels it's going to get over our head into the end zone. We'll start on the 20.
Yeah, they've been kicking it short, and so we were up, and it's a good thing right there that ball did take the bounce and go into the end zone. It hit about the 3, and you know how it works on artificial turf. Everybody thinks, well, it would skid. No, this stuff, that rubber, them rubber pellets will grab that ball a lot of times.
We had one die on our field over at Jackson Christian.
So, we got to make sure that ball don't stop on the 2 and it gets in. I think we'll be a little deeper next time.
Yep. Here come the Eagles with Boykin back at quarterback. Cam Boyd with him, a slot right. Mosley, a single wide receiver, starts in motion, then starts up the field. And they try to throw it to him. And I think they were supposed to run a post, and it was actually more like a slant then.
Yeah, and a good job by Boykin right there to throw the ball away. I mean, there was nobody that could catch that except ours. He saw that he was double covered on the slant, and he just overthrew him, which is what you have to do. Tip your hat. They had it played well. Now it's time to be second down.
2nd and 10. Eagles with these trips to the left, and this time great penetration by USJ and a big loss. And
that right there, I mean, you're going to see as well, we did not get the block on the outside end. He crashes all the way through and gets the outside angle on our lineman, and we get tackled for a loss. Coach, that's where we have to move our feet just a little bit faster, get our body between the defender and our ball carrier.
And that was O'Neal on the tackle for them. Austin Kelly flanked out to the top of the screen. Mosley in the slot, Banky in motion. They've got, again, a linebacker in there chasing Boykin out of there. He tapped just as he throws, and it's going to be overthrown. He'll bring up 4th and 14.
Well, I'll tell you right here, that just shows Boykin's arm. Look at him as he scrambles through here. We run a man in motion behind him to the right. He almost gets it on a blitz right here, and then he just puts it, steps forward and throws it a good 55 yards, Coach. We almost had a big play.
Well, he's got a great strong arm. 46 seconds left in the first quarter play. USJ has Barksdale as a single safety back. Let's see how they come. The 5 may come off the edge very, very hard. Middle may give it a push, and they do. And here comes 5. Cisco gets a high lofting punt that Barksdale's going to field at our 47. Tries to go sideways, reverses, tries to cut, and I see a yellow flag fly as there is a mass tackle.
Yeah, you're going to see a block in the back. It's going to end up being against USJ right here. Not only were we covering him very well, but they just come down the field and they pop him in the back. So it's going to go back another few yards here, and they're going to start on their side of the field, but this is the time the defense has to make a stand.
Yes. Nice punt by Cisco. It hung up long enough to give us some coverage.
And did you see the one step? He got rid of it. It wasn't your regular 2-step. They've worked on that, and he's getting rid of it because you were right. That outside rush was coming hard.
USJ will start from their own 43 with 33.8 seconds left. They scored on their last drive, which was an 80-yard drive. So they've had 2 80-yard drives, Dave.
Defense got to step it up.
And they're bringing 17 Sane to this side. The H-back is to the right. They'll go back to the left. Here's Finch. This time it'll be a couple of yards gain, and then Gang tackled and pushed back, and I see Craig in there again along with a host of other Eagles.
Yeah, that's a good job right there. The offensive line tried to get the angle, and we were able to hold our ground. And once again, allow the linebackers to shift laterally to get down through there and make a good stop for a gain of 3. But that's what you want with somebody who's done it. And I think that's going to wrap that quarter up, Coach.
That is going to run the quarter out. We'll take a timeout with the Eagles trailing in this contest. USJ 14 and 7 for the Eagles.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Lifestyle Vision, located at Thompson Farms, offers patient-centered comprehensive eye exams. Select your new look with our latest styles from exclusive brands. Come see us Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, or schedule an appointment anytime online. Lifestyle Vision, where compassion meets commitment.
And we are back, and you hear Rocky Top in the background. You can see this game on Facebook. We're at Jackson Christian's Facebook. It also will be archived on Worthy Road Studios. Pregame was brought to you tonight, an abbreviated pregame by Great American Sports. Replay sponsor is Mitchell's Body Shop. Dave, some quick thoughts on this contest so far.
Both offenses doing a great job, Coach, and you know the defenses right now are still trying to figure out exactly how they're going to play this, but the offenses have controlled this ball game. 24 points in the first 12 minutes. Man, this is going to be a shootout.
Kevin Finch has 146 yards unofficially just in the fourth quarter. And if I'm USJ, I'm their coordinator, which is their head coach, Michael Strapp. I'm going to keep running him until they show me something different. Here's the handoff. And he's spinning, and that time he was able to overpower us with the spin and take it close to first down territory.
He did, and Anderson had him for a loss back there, or actually no gain, and he just really kept churning them legs until he got an angle and an advantage, and when he did, he was able to drag the big man about 2-3 yards further than he had.
Absolutely on that one.
It is not a first down, guys. Look at the hash mark. This is a rug. It's perfect. Coach, this is 2 inches short. I can see it from up here. What do you think?
If that chain is honest when it's brought out,
yep,
it will be short. If you will know that something happened if it's not short. Okay, now it's right.
They got it.
I was going to say, if they brought it out, you can tell. Dave's very astute. Officials know how to line those things up most of the time.
Yeah, you can look where that chain is, and the line judge and the head linesman, they're looking in there. Neither one of them moved. They was like, what are you doing?
3rd and inches, do you just go ahead and bust it for another one, or you take a chance on something, Dave? Because, you could almost just – Pettigrew could actually take it, but I think he's going to try Finch again. He does. Finch bounces it outside. We lose contain. Missed at the corner. Breaking Carrier's tackle. And Finch, will he go all the way? No, he's going to be shoved down about the 1 or 2 yard line. Or did they say he stepped out of bounds earlier?
Well, he did not step out of bounds. We're going to see it as he takes this over the left side. And, we've got to do a better job of wrapping up because you'll see Finch right here. He cuts it to the outside to the left. And as he goes down, looks like we've got him pushed out right here, but he just puts the dead leg on, stops, and goes down. And we do knock him out right at the 6 yard line, 7 yard line. And, Coach, right now Finch is having his way with our defense.
He sure is. And that will tell other teams that they can try to run. Normally we stop the run much better than this. Here's Finch up the middle. We got him hit by 7. He spins out. That was Jones. He holds on enough to get some help, but there will be some positive yards even out of that. 1st and goal it was. Now it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, you're looking at a tired running back right now. There's I mean, if I'm sitting there on the Jackson Christian defense right now, I want Finch to get it. because there's no way that he is not pooped right now after that long run and getting right there. You could tell he did not have the strength that he has had on other runs.
Getting close to 200 yards. See Spencer out here to the left. Finch, the only man in the backfield. They're going to try him right side again. He gets positive yardage.
That's his helmet that popped off too, so he's definitely going to get a break right here. That helmet popped straight up in the air. As he comes off, we're going to look at this, Coach. Watch his helmet as he hits in here. You'll see Finch lower it, and there it goes. It just flips right over, so he's going to have to go out of the ball game. This is probably one of the biggest plays of this early ball game. You hold them here to a field goal attempt, and we equal the scorings. Keep your eye on Pettigrew.
Pettigrew on third down. Looks like 3rd and 2. They're going to shift Seals to the right. Let's see if they run behind him, and they are. They're going to try Spencer, who cuts it up. Does he break the plane? The referee on the far side, she said, yes, he did break the plane.
Yeah, they just hand it right there, and he dances right, dances left, finds the hole, and gets it into the end zone right here for a USJ touchdown. And, we had an opportunity right there and just were not able to complete it, but it's going to be a long game with offensive scoring like this.
Extra point is up. It looks good. The officials say it is good, and we'll take a timeout with USJ leading 21-10 on the Worthy Road Studios network.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
We are back here, and great running by Finch. He's got right at 200, maybe over 200, because my stats are unofficial. And vantage point that I'm sitting at, and I have to stand up sometimes, I'm looking between the bars, and we had no lights to see with part of the game. And we appreciate the people behind us turning the lights on, because I couldn't even see what I was writing. But that's okay. We're going to bring you a ball game here on Worthy Road Studios. Our logo sponsors are Jackson State Community College, Dynamics Physical Therapy, Jones Chevrolet, and the Blacksmith. Blacksmith Restaurant right downtown. And it looks like English to kick off. Jackson Christian needing a score. Ball is kicked. Looks like Mosley's going to field it back, and it goes through his hands into the end zone. It's a touchback, and so it'll be 80 yards away from pay dirt. Jackson Christian almost has to answer right here. Not great field position except for with the fumble. Trailing 21-10. We'll see what the offensive staff has. Lance Rowland has come wide right. Banky in the slot. 2 men in the backfield. USJ, everybody within 5 to 7 yards of the line of scrimmage. Breaking through on a nice run, getting a pickup of 5 is Cam Boyd, it looks like. Let's see. It may be 6 where they're going to plunk it down, and that's good. A good run by Boyd. And like I said, watch how tight the USJ defense is playing. Their safeties are barely, their base defense is supposed to be a 3-3-5. They'll come out in single cover. Safety's up tight. They give it to Mosley. He dips, comes outside. He's got the first down across the 30, 35, and they are trying to steal the football from him, but he wraps it up. The young fellow gets about 9 yards, maybe 10. Depends on the spot of the football. Only our second first down of the night. And the ball will be placed down on the 38-yard line. Nice run by Mosley. Unofficially, he's got 88. Hopefully we'll hear from Greg Armour. Dave, we got a first down on a combination of 2 runs, one by Boyd to the left, Mosley to the right, wide side of the field to the left of the Jackson Christian formation. This time they try the running back, which is DeMoss. DeMoss has got across the 50, the 45, the 30, the 20, the 15, the 10. No flags. What do we have? Touchdown. DeMoss and Jackson Christian.
Well, DeMoss did a great job right there, and he takes this great handoff and just takes it to the right side. Coach, we're just faster than they are. Bottom line is we've got the corner 3 different times, and you'll see him right now punch it out to the right. He gets the corner. There's no stopping him. He just outruns the entire Bruin team.
Austin Kelly to hold the snap by Wyatt Jones. Zach Sisko on wears number 14. He's a junior, takes lessons from Will Hoyt. He'll be there to – and now they'll stop play. I'm not really sure why, but they will.
Let's see what we got here.
Is it going to be? Surely it's not something about the towels, is it?
I'm not sure. Coach, let me get your foot right there.
Am I on your court?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Harris has gone over to speak to Dorby. And they're going to say dead ball offsides. They're going to decline it.
Now, Dave, can they take that on the kickoff?
Well, they got to kick it again. It's a dead ball foul, so literally the ball was never snapped. They're going to move it forward half the distance unless they decline it, which I think they did, so it's going to be at the same spot. No, they cannot take it on the kickoff.
Okay, now the pros you can, depending on when the foul happens, right?
Yes.
Here's the kick. It's up. A little slow on the signal, but they mark it good. And it's now 21-16. Jackson Christian should be 17. There we go. Scoreboard changed. Wow, my math's not good, but I knew it wasn't that bad. Let's take a timeout on the Jackson Christian Worthy Road Studios Network.
Looking for a new and exciting career? At Jackson State Community College, we offer nationally recognized, top-rated programs designed to greenlight your career for success. With courses available in the health sciences, nursing, computer technology, and much more, your next step towards a career starts here at Jackson State. Learn how Jackson State Community College can greenlight your future at greenlightyourfuture.com.
And we are back here. Jackson Christian trails by 4. Zach Sisko to kick off. It looks like they're going to send Spencer back. And I want to make sure, Dave, is that 5 or 6 on the far side away from us?
I think that's 6.
6. Okay, we'll check that and see who 6 is. 6 is actually Christian Melton, a junior running back. And we've heard Hardin County is up in their game 28-0. That one was not going to be close anyway.
No, absolutely not.
Here's Sisko's foot into the football. Shorter kick. It was a directional. It was playing that way. Off to the side. And here's a nice return out to the 40 by one of the up men for USJ. And I think they kicked it that way because the wind is blowing against Zach.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did, Coach, is the ball, as he was killing it in the first going north to south, now he's kicking back into what looks to be a little bit more than a 7-mile-an-hour wind, as Old Glory is stretching out pretty good. So we had to do that. Best field position that USJ's had to start the game with.
It really is. Let me get that in there. And we went for a touchdown. I need to record that on field position, trying to keep up with some extra stuff. They do bring Spencer to this side. USJ starts from their own 40-yard line. They're going to swing a pass out here to the running back, Finch. He's got one man to Jack Collins. Solid tackle by Collins, even though he's going to pick up about 7 or 8.
Yeah, as you listen on radio, all this is just get the ball to your athlete. And Pettigrew takes the snap, immediately turns and hits Finch, who is just moving sideways out into the flats. And then he turns it up for an 8-yard gain and gets them in very, very manageable position, Coach. And this is where you got to be on the lookout. They could do anything right now.
Oh, they've got it down to play with here, 2nd and 2. We're playing with a 1 high safety. They didn't even give a fake. They hit Spencer. He got the first down. Can Spencer add on to it? He does. Gets across our 45 out of bounds at the 43. And looks like a little extracurricular activity.
Well, and he was driving, and there we are driving back. And, when you're that close to the sidelines, that's going to happen. I mean, it's a good job by Spencer to keep going. And good job by the officials not to add anything on to something that was not done maliciously.
And Jack Collins right there as one of the tacklers. Then he had plenty of help, but it's still the 7th first down for the Bruins.
We need to go into the bend but don't break mode.
That's right. 3 down linemen, stand-up dog linebacker, Caleb Newsom, the handoff. No, he kept it. He faked me off. He kept it straight up the field for about 4 yards. That was Pettigrew.
We had that played very well to the outside. There was no way Finch was going to do anything, but a good job by Pettigrew right there to pull it down himself. But, Coach, once again, good gang tackle, and you're going to see 61 come off the field right now. He's walking very gingerly for
Rory
the Bruins.
Jones, who's a senior offensive lineman. 51 going into the contest. That's Wynn Crook. He's a sophomore.
Yeah, and Coach Shrup's going to say, look, we're going to take a timeout right here. We don't need anything bad to happen.
Absolutely. He's going to take a timeout. We're going to take a timeout with USJ leading our Eagles 21-17.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
We are back here as the Bruins come off the sideline. The Eagles were already out there. Jack Collins will match up with this outside receiver. We'll see who's matched up one-on-one. H-back to the right side. Handoff. No, the fake again. They're going after Spencer, and Spencer breaks the tackle. It'll be up to Craig to push him out of bounds at about the 14-yard line.
Yeah, and you'll watch Pettigrew right here. He's going to throw this on the out route, and they're going after it right out here. And bottom line right now, Coach, is that we've geared up to get on Finch, and now they have gone away from him. But the thing that you've got to start worrying about is he's being able to catch his breath right now.
Dave, do we almost have to play press coverage out here on these wideouts?
You're going to have to. You're going to have to take the chance of getting beat deep, but you're going to have to come up on him.
I see Jack Collins comes to this side. He's got the wideout this time. They're going to switch the H-back. That's Seals. He wears 0. Pettigrew, the quarterback. Ball handed off to Finch. He's going to run. He ran laterally then, and here we go with the yellow flag.
Yeah, I think you're going to get a face mask on this. Let's take a good look at it. As we see it come through, the first person that gets his hand in, Finch comes this way, and all of a sudden you see right there. Now, okay, that's not it. That's not it. Okay, I'm not sure what they're going to call. That's not a face mask. It looked like one, but he got him on the shirt is where he got him right there. Okay. I mean, it looked like one. There was no question. So we'll replay first down on that.
Yeah, first down. It's 1st and 2. Advantage goes to USJ, wide side of the field to the right. Puts our defense with their backs up against the goal line almost.
And we've got a little talk going between the officials. I'm not sure exactly.
The spot was wrong.
Yeah, the spot was wrong.
And that was probably a 5-yarder.
Wow. Okay. Well,
I've got bad feelings from 2 years ago's game when there were groups of people hollering about the officials. I could see where you could see the same thing happen tonight in the opposite direction. Hand off to Finch. He bounces it, pulls a tackler with him. He'll get down to about the 6.
Well, we're doing a good job up the middle now, and you know, the last call, yeah, it looked like that what I saw was not a face mask. Now, there may have been one that came in later. I'm not sure. I know this is a really, really good crew, so I'm going to take what they say and what they saw. But, you know, we've played the last 2 plays against Finch very well. We've contained him. Watch for this little quick hit.
Okay, you got trips out here. I see Sane and Spencer, Barksdale all to this side. End over. They fake, bring it across, and hit Raleigh Seals, and that's what he's good at, just small plays. He doesn't handle the football a lot.
Well, you'll see Pettigrew right here, and as he just steps back, he's going to take the snap. He's going to fake the Finch right here. He puts it in, pulls it out right there, and then Seals releases, goes right into the empty spot. Good pass. That's a good series of plays.
It really was. Increases their lead to 27-17. Here's English for the extra point, and that one is no good.
What a big miss right there. Instead of being an 11-point game, forcing Jackson Christian to decide at some point whether or not a 2-point conversion will be attempted. Now it's a 10, so a touchdown, extra point, and field goal ties this up.
Absolutely. Let's take a short timeout here on the Worthy Road Studios Network.
We offer live webcasting for families. It kind of came out of when so many warriors were going overseas to war. We have learned to offer families more choices, that we want to serve our families well and serve our families better. At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all prearranged funerals. So you may have prearranged your funeral in this town with another funeral home or even in another state, but we accept all prearranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
And we are back as you see Jackson Christian coming back out for the kickoff. Dave, 2 face mask penalties have been crucial in this game, both of them going against Jackson Christian.
Yeah, and it extended the drive, and the last one got it down to where it was within very, very close range to the goal line, but the main thing was it was first down and very short. So getting the first down was not very hard, and they didn't have but about 7 yards for a touchdown.
English to kick off. We've got DeMoss, Mosley, and Jack Collins deep. Looks like it's going to head towards Mosley at the 3 officially. He brings it up the middle, now veers outside. He needs a block, but didn't get it. Got across to the 21.
You know, and that is a very, very, very good kick. He kicked it as good as he can probably get his foot into it and got him driven him all the way back. But we still get it past the 20, and our offense has been just as venomous as theirs. And at this point, we just need to keep the ball and drive it. And, Coach, something that a lot of people don't realize, when you're playing people both ways, you don't get a chance to sit there and talk about your defense until halftime.
Absolutely. They're playing press coverage on our wideouts. They are not. We fumbled the football. Boykin looks like he's got it. Did they wrestle it away? No, I think Boykin covered it.
Well, you're going to see Boykin right here. He takes the ball, and he's going to just run this pitch, and he pitches it, hits him in the hands, and drops it. I don't like him trying to bend over and pick that ball up.
No,
Nothing can happen.
Yeah.
Fall on that ball. You're inside the 10.
Loss of yardage back to about the 13. So an 8-yard loss. They've got it on the board. Let's see if they come up and agree with me. Now they do. Now we're going to have a timeout by somebody. It's going to be Jackson Christian. They call a timeout at second down and a cab ride to go. We're going to take a timeout on Worthy Road Studios.
Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson. We specialize in team sports for youth leagues, schools, and churches. We can embroider and screen print team uniforms. We also have sports equipment, Under Armour, and Adidas clothing, and anything else you need for your team sports. You can email or call us for all your team sports needs. Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction.
back as you see Jackson Christian coming out to the field. They've got it second down and a $2 cab ride. Don't forget our pregame show was brought to you by Great American Sports. Scoreboard sponsor is Thompson and Smith Insurance, along with some other sponsors. We'll get part of them in. Aloha Pools, Southeastern Termite and Pest Control, and Elite Dental. We're ready to play at second and about 20. They fake give to Boyd. He tries the right side. Their man stayed at home, and it's going to be a loss of about 3 yards.
Yeah, we attempted the left side, and Boyd, I think, wanted to hit the hole that looked at the time that it was open, but instead it closed up, so he tried to bust it outside. Just a little bit of off timing right there to a play that looked like it had some potential.
It'll be third down. The ball is back right at the 10, actually a little in front of the 10. We send a man in motion. We're looking. We've got a man over the middle. It's going to be overthrown, though. Intended that time for Austin Kelly.
Yeah, and at that point, Boykin drops back, and once again, we've got one man out in the pattern deep. Everybody else was running a shorter pattern, and I think the adrenaline is flowing in Boykin's arm just a little bit. But, Coach, this is a little scary right here, punting out of our own end zone.
Absolutely, Dave. Cisco should hit it right at the goal line. They've got a receiver in our side of the field at the 43. It's usually Jace Barksdale. Low snap, he juggles it but gets it off, and this one will be a wobbler. It'll bounce. Barksdale wisely for them lets it roll. Takes a Jackson Christian roll almost, but almost only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and atomic bombs to the 49-yard line.
Atomic bombs. Hey, that was a great one right there. I love that, Coach. You heard that one. Okay, they're going to put this ball in play right at the 50-yard line, and you know what? That is a great job.
Oh, we'll take that spot
yes,
anytime.
Absolutely. That's a great job of getting that ball out of there. USJ only had 10 people on the field. They wanted to call the linebacker was trying to call timeout, and as Coach Stoops said, no, we're not going to waste a timeout when they're punting it out of their end zone. Do the best you can with 10. And so now we got to benefit from that break.
Jack Collins with single coverage, but he's giving about 9 yards. Here's Pettigrew, two-step drop. It's up in the air. Barksdale's got the defensive back beat, and that one was going to be completion, and it comes down about the 21.
Well, I'm going to tell you right there, Barksdale made a fantastic catch. There's good coverage here. Pettigrew just steps back into this pocket and just delivers an absolute strike. You'll see him throw the ball very, very, very catchable, and we've got good coverage right there, and at the end we go up, but Barksdale is able to come down.
1st and 10, that is another first down for Jackson, or for USJ. It's their 9th when they go back to the running game. Here's Finch met, and that's big Cedric Anderson, but he lost control, but the running back stumbled back. Craig was there. Also, number 70, which I believe is Chilton Smith.
Yeah, that's how Mr. Anderson said, not on my watch, not this time. I am going to plug this hole. And he had him, and as Finch tried to bust out, Craig come in and finished the job for no gain.
Yeah, Cedric jammed that A-gap. He's 6'2", 330, second season as starter. He has 6 tackles and 2 solo tackles this year. He kind of, like Earthquake Hunt used to patrol the middle for the Patriots. And they've had a lot of those fine nose guards, nose men, whatever you want to call them. They send Barksdale in motion both ways, and now they want to throw. Here's the pressure, and they flip it out here short to Finch. He was the safety valve receiver. We do a good job recovering, Dave.
Yeah, and you'll see a good job of our defense right here. We put pressure on him. They put a man in motion back around, and he's going to turn and fake it like he's going that way, comes back to Finch. His safety valve, the rush is there, and then we collide on him, just converge like a security man for a 1-yard loss.
Also sponsoring this broadcast, McCoy's Heating and Air, Hub City Deli, Alive Hydration and Spa, Lifeline Blood Services, Kaufman's Furniture, Arrington Funeral Home Directors, Bank of Jackson. Here come the Bruins. 3rd and a short 11. 2 receivers to each side wide. Finch is out in the flat, and they go to another wide-open receiver that's going to take it 21 yards for the touchdown, and that is Jace Barksdale.
Well, this is just a busted coverage. There's nothing else you can say here. He's in the slot as he gets in there, and he falls in. And once he gets in there, then he just releases himself all the way down the field, and nobody is there to pick him up. Easy touchdown pass for Pettigrew.
They say it was 22. I think it was 21. The extra point kick is up and no good. So the score holds at 33-17. Bruins leading the Eagles. Let's take a timeout.
Football looks fun. I bet I would have been great at it. The first football playing Deer, they would have made a movie about me and everything. Probably get Kurt Russell to play me. But alas, me and my dreams run right over again.
For fast, reliable collision repair, trust the experts at Mitchell's Body Shop. And get back out there.
And we are back here, and the passing game now working for USJ. That gives Finch a little bit of rest, although they actually had two guys open. Finch was open as a safety valve out in the flat, and also I don't know how you don't identify Jay Sparks, Dave.
You know, he's definitely one that you've got to know where he is on the field at all times, and for him to not have anybody within 10 yards of him is a busted coverage, and it will happen. I mean, it happens in the pros. Sometimes the coverage just gets fouled up. The biggest thing right now is that we got to hold the ball, put some numbers on the board.
You're right. Driven, bouncing on the ground. They'll let Mosley field it. Comes across the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35. He spun around there and slung down. And that's one of the, and I know that's a bad word or an improper word as far as the English grammar. It's not a bad word.
But that's what he did.
They slung him down.
They slung him. They slung him down. But
English teachers are passing out all over America right now.
Well, I hopes is that they's okay, but yeah. Coach, we get a good position right here now. It's important, we want points, but right now we need to keep the ball out of the offense of the Bruins.
We need a couple of first downs here. Boykin sprints right, gets one block, shoots it out slightly into the flat, and when I say slightly, it was like that play was almost in slow motion.
Well, and I think he wanted to go deep, and his outside man was uncovered on the far right-hand out of bounds line, and USJ was able to get a defender on him out there just in time, and it disrupted what I think Boykin wanted to do, so he had to dump it off for a 2-yard gain.
Gain of 1, trips left. Boykin sprints left, sets. We didn't get the outside man block. That one floated up there, and we're lucky we didn't have an interception.
Yeah, you'll see on this one right here, Boykin throws this ball off of his back foot, and we've talked about that. He's got a rush coming. He senses that this is coming from the other side, and he's moving backwards and throws it up, and we are extremely lucky that was not picked off.
That brings up 3rd and about 8. It's a long 8, though.
Right now would be a good time if we could just somehow release a tight end through those two linebackers.
And single coverage they have a 1 high safety this time. They're only going to rush 5. We got to pick up that linebacker again off the back foot, but Banky went up in the air. He couldn't hold it. Could not hold it.
Man, I thought he had caught that ball. This is
too.
Great. We're going to roll all the way left, throw back across the field, and he's got it in his hands. It wasn't touched by the defensive man. He just could not keep it controlled to the ground.
Brings up 4th down, 55 seconds, and I'm going to tell you what, Dave, let's check and see if they're rushing hard here or if they're going to play punt safe. I know they'll check him out with 1 man. Also, don't forget Lifeline Blood Services, Kaufman's Furniture. As we're ready, here's the snap. 1 man was coming hard. Line drive kick, Barksdale fields it. Our front man had him. We had another man miss, and we tackle him out of bounds. Now, we may have been guilty. Check it on this. See, I hope we didn't grab that face mask.
No, I think once again that he got him by the he got him by the shirt, and it looked the same as the last one was. the angle of the official at that point was perfect, and they had the 7-man crew working the way it needs to be, so they had the angles, good no call, and the Bruins right now, I think, are going to do what they can, maybe just to take this lead into the halftime. Don't do nothing crazy.
I could see them coming back to Finch here. H back to the left of the formation, Finch on the right of Pettigrew. Newsom gets a good jump. They were going to throw and go for the downs. They get it out here to Raleigh Seals like a safety valve. And Seals makes hay while the sun shines and gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
You know, throwing the ball with this time left in the game right here and with this lead, you know, obviously they're wanting to do a little bit more. But, you know, in the great words of John Ward, the great announcer for the University of Tennessee, when you throw the ball, there's 3 things that can happen, and 2 of them are bad. So at this point, they've gotten it in. The leg of the field goal kicker, they're going to have to get it inside, I'm going to say the 20 or 15 to have a legitimate shot on what we've seen, and he's already missed 2 extra points.
Wide side now, it looks like they're going to stop it. Let's see if there's a timeout. There is. We'll take one with USJ leading the Eagles 33-17. You're on Worthy Road Studios.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
At McCoy's Heating and Air, we realize there are more than enough things to worry about on a day-to-day basis. With our new 10-year all-inclusive package, your home comfort doesn't have to be one of them. For one low monthly payment, you can purchase a brand new York unit with full maintenance and repair coverage for 10 years with approved credit. No hassle, no stress, just complete coverage for your comfort and convenience. Contact McCoy's Heating and Air at 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com to schedule your free new AC estimate today.
Spencer down the sideline. He'll catch it. The only question, and I don't think it did touch the ground, was his knee, and a touchdown pass perfectly thrown.
Well, there's no doubt right here. I mean, we got beat to the line, and Pettigrew throws another strike. His deep balls are definitely on target. We are one step behind us, and there's no question he went straight into the end zone. Look for 2 here, Coach.
They've got the swinging gate going, and they are going to run it. They're not going to kick it. Here it is. The running back will go forward. Did he get it? Looks like he's short, Dave.
He is, and that is a play, and we're going to replay this. That is something that you talk about in the first of the game as you're out there with the officials, and here's what he did. You've got a whole line of scrimmage on the hash. You've got the ball setting in the middle of the field. The center literally picks the ball up and shovel passes it to the linebacker, the running back who's behind that line of scrimmage. Now, people go, well, he can't do that. Yes, he can. He can do that, and they tried it. We were able to get in there, so now they're trying to do the 2-point conversion. Coach, it is imperative we don't make a mistake here.
Now, we've got to handle the football. We're going to keep it here. And while we're doing that, let me get these other good sponsors in. Bank of Jackson, King Jewelers, Lonnie Cobb Ford, Nest Realty, Snookums Restaurant, and Lifestyle Vision. Please patronize these people. USJ pulling out all the stops. They have not punted tonight. The only time they've been stopped is when they fumbled and we recovered it.
You know, hey, Coach, we're going to get the ball to start the second half. So, unless we get an excellent return here, I think you're going to probably see us maybe take one shot, and if it doesn't happen, take it into the locker room and get an adjustment.
Yeah, there will have to be several adjustments made. USJ will make some adjustments, even though they probably are happy with the score. I know Coach Stroud would like some other things. The old watermelon kick, I hear whistles all over. But if you're going to do that, you're supposed to make it twirl sideways and do things like that.
Yeah, you're going to get offsides on USJ, and it's the second time that the same person's been offsides. And what I thought, but I don't understand. He's the closest one to the kicker, and he finds a way to get across the 40 before that ball is kicked. So they're going to back it up 5 yards, and we're going to do it again.
Yep. And before I get another text from a Northside fan, I know we called it at Northside. It's a form of muddle huddle, but it's also called the swinging gate, too.
Swinging gate, muddle huddle. There's a whole bunch of it.
Now, you try to catch people asleep because you have to go out and match them, and then you can always shift back in and kick the ball, David.
Correct. And that's usually what they do. Southside, Jerry Hayes used to do that all the time.
Yep. This one going to bounce. It'll come down to DeMoss. He fumbles it, falls on it. He's down at the 24. Not good field position.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for Jackson Christian. He lost his footing. The ball on a squib kick took a very unfortunate bounce for Jackson Christian, and in doing so, as he was looking, reached down to pick it up, falls down. We get it at 25. I'm not going to be shocked if we go into a safe, take a knee.
Absolutely. I don't know that we'll get any stats because we're boxed in. Very poor positioning for Greg Armour to even get close to us.
Yeah, I not only that, but it is a definite packed house.
It is that, but the setup, here's Mosley trying the left side. They've strung it out, but he cuts and finds a small hole for some yardage across the 40 and is run out of bounds about the 47-yard line.
And, now we are in we can strike, and this is a extremely good run by Mosley, who takes it all the way and gets out of bounds. So now we're looking at being close to midfield. Now we can work a little bit. And, Coach, we've got 2 timeouts. Actually, no, we've got one. No, we got 2 timeouts left.
Got 2.
And
no, they're showing us with 1 and the Bruins with 2.
Okay, they I see 2, and they're going to say that they're going to take an official's timeout right here.
Sideline warning, right?
That's what it looks like.
Now, Zach Sisko's range, we know he can hit from 40, but you've got to get down to where the football, snapped from the 23, 30, and
they might try it from the 25.
Snap, 25. Here's the snap, straight ahead give. This looks like DeMoss trying to bend it back. Probably was a trap. I didn't see the lineman in there. He's tackled by number 7, and I believe that is Sam McMillan, and I want to say this is Sam's first game back.
They tried the middle right there, and they're trying to bust one, and the clock's still running right now, but, Coach, it's going to be a timeout with about 17 seconds. They'll reset it to wherever it is supposed to be. But, I like the fact that we're being aggressive, but we're being aggressive on what we've done well. And what we've done well is run the football. Everybody's like, why are you throwing it? Well, we've had a lot more success getting to the outside and taking it to the house than we have throwing it over them.
Yeah, unofficially, Boykin has only hit, on 2 passes?
Yeah, and both of them have been in the flats. Yeah. So, we've tried some deep strikes, and we've just overthrown 2 or 3 of them, just a little adrenaline, making sure that our guys are the only one that can catch it, as Pettigrew has been able to connect on 2 long ones.
Okay, I see Rowland coming to this side. Also in the slot, a long way away from Rowland, though, will be Mosley, 1 back in the backfield. Banky, kind of like a wing back over on the left side, not necessarily. They're going with a 1 high safety. They've gotten out of press coverage. 10.8 seconds.
It's not 10 seconds. Yeah, I looked up and at one point it was they're discussing it over here with the officials. It looked like it was about 17 from what I saw. We got Dr. Harris is over there talking to the back judge who's, actually his back is to the clock, but he was the one that came in and should have taken a look. That's just the way that the mechanics are done. The two back guys and the referee have this right here because they're the ones that can turn around and kind of take a look. So let's see where they reset this, Coach.
It will be interesting to see what happens. You remember when we were here 2 years ago, there was a lot of clock problems.
Yeah.
And especially towards the end with the field goal, too.
Oh, he's
man in motion. They cross. Boyd behind him, stepping up. The javelin is thrown. Let's see if Mosley can come down with it. I saw a face mask, too. And
Mosley caught that ball.
Mosley caught it. Dave, check his replay out. There had to be a face mask penalty.
Yeah, let's see about this. As you see, we step straight back as we go into it. And Boykin just throws this one perfectly to where we are able to get it. Jackson Christian's called timeout. Oh, I don't know if he pulled it, but he had his hand on it.
Dave, you know the rules better than I do. If you put your hands on the face mask, that's at least a 5-yarder.
It is, and it should be.
And you're pulling from behind when he's going down.
Right. Once again, you're in a situation right there where that could go either way. But I'm going to tell you, I would like to go back, and I am going to go back at the half and take a little look at this. I don't know whether the clock didn't start on the snap and they let it run down to where it was supposed to be. But I'm going to tell you, 5 seconds right now would be an eternity if we added it to the 3.1. We either got to elect to throw it in the end zone quick or we got to bring the field goal unit out. I don't know
if we're going for it. We get one play out of it. It's got to be in the end zone. You're right.
Yeah, it does. And I don't think that we're going to be able to do it in 3.1 seconds. So this may be the last play of the
Boykin at quarterback. Boyd with him. They throw back across the field. It's intercepted. Now Boykin's the only one that can make the tackle unless Boyd catches him. It looks like Boyd did.
Well, I'm going to tell you right there, the clock in that situation, and I'm going to go back and take a look. The clock may have caused a little bit of problem right there, in the fact that we did not have time to run a couple of plays, but a very, very, very risky throw, Coach, on a last play of the game that ended up being tackled but could have gone for 6.
And the half will end with USJ leading 39-17. Dave, I will say this in defense of the coaching staff. We have not thrown to Boyd all year.
No, we have not.
And people feel like he can't catch passes, but he can. And the idea was good. The execution didn't quite happen like it should have.
You got to give it to – it was a great play call, but it was also a great defensive the guy played his position, and the player did what he had to do. And because it was a misdirectional play, Boykin turned to throw it. He didn't have time to really look because that's not what you do on that play.
No.
And he threw it out. It was a good defensive play. He jumped the route right there. If he commits in any form or fashion on that last play, it is an absolute walk-in touchdown. I would have loved to have had the opportunity to run 2 plays and possibly run one, maybe take the field goal, but we were pressured into it because of the clock being at 3.1. Once again, I wanted to take a look at it.
Well, the other thing is, before you start blaming the backs and all that, we have been whipped at the line on both sides. On both sides, and you can't expect, even though I'm short, you say you never played quarterback. I spent a little time in junior high. I listened to Dan Bland talk about quarterbacking. I listened to Bud Sykes. I've listened to some really good ones. I have talked with Trent Dilfer, and that's a pretty good one to know. He's got all kinds of – and you must have some time. Gage cannot rotate his hips. Sometimes you can throw going to your left, but the hips have to have time to rotate. And you get caught throwing off back foot. But that one, the throw was forced because what they wanted was Boyd to turn upfield, and then you hit him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there was no time.
And they had pushed everything to the right, and then they just threw back. And once they did that, and that was the play design. I mean, there was one person that was going to get that pass right there. There wasn't 3 or 4 people in the route. It was designed to be that way. That's what they tried to do, and it just didn't work out.
We're going to take a timeout because this is going to be an unusually long halftime. So we're going to take a timeout, and we'll come back with more football after this.
At Alive Hydration Drip Spa, we offer top-of-the-line IV nutritional therapy, which has a wide variety of health benefits. From immune system boosters and skin care, fatigue, energy, and even hangover relief, you can be sure we have an IV blend that's right for you. All of our blends are administered by one of our experienced nurses in a spa setting to ensure you leave feeling re-energized and refreshed. Give us a call or visit our website to book your appointment today. We have what it takes to make you feel alive again at Alive Hydration Drip Spa.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's at the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's, for your life.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise, and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
At Lonnie Cobb Ford, we now give you a warranty for life on the engine and transmission. That's right, a warranty for life at no cost to you. Unlimited time, unlimited mileage, but it's only at Lonnie Cobb Ford in Henderson, where cars really are cheaper in the country.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Tired of being seen and not heard? At Lifestyle Vision, we believe in patient-centered quality eye care for West Tennessee, which is why we are locally owned and operated. Come see us Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, or schedule an appointment anytime online. Lifestyle Vision, where compassion meets commitment.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services we offer. We treat for all types of pests, including bed bugs, round recluse spiders, and other hard-to-treat pests. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to encapsulate a crawl space. Give us a call to hear how to achieve the same thing and save thousands. Southeastern Termite and Pest Control can handle all of your termite and pest control needs, wood fungus and moisture barriers, real estate closing letters, and so much more. Southeastern, 731-660-1052.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Looking for a new and exciting career? At Jackson State Community College, we offer nationally recognized, top-rated programs designed to greenlight your career for success. With courses available in the health sciences, nursing, computer technology, and much more, your next step towards a career starts here at Jackson State. Learn how Jackson State Community College can greenlight your future at greenlightyourfuture.com.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's Body Shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
And we're back to Kirkland Field on the campus of the University School of Jackson, where at the halftime, the USJ Bruins lead the Jackson Christian Eagles 39-17. And we're going to talk and get the stats. We'll show you some replays after this, but we're going to talk to Greg and get the stats on the game. And coaches, very, very, very high-scoring game in the first half. In the first quarter, there was 24 points put on the board, a lot of fireworks going off. And if you would, fill us in on how we got to this score of 39-17.
Okay, David, for Jackson Christian, we had 4 first downs. In the passing department, Gage Boykin attempted 9 passes, completed 2 for 41 yards. Jalen Moser had both of those catches for 41 yards. In the rushing department, we rushed 14 times for 185 yards. Cam Boyd had 6 for 20. Jalen Moser had 4 for 110. Elijah DeMoss had 2 for 65. We punted 3 times for an average of 35 yards, and we had 2 penalties for 11 yards. For USJ, they had 12 first downs. In the passing department, they attempted 11 passes, completed 10 for 181 yards. Leading receiver number 8 had 5 for 111, and number 5 had 2 for 36. In the rushing department, they rushed 22 times for 206 yards. The leading rusher was Finch. He had 198 yards rushing on about 18 carries.
Well, as they took the opening drive of the ball game and took it right down the field, and then we get it back and we score on a big play, then get a turnover. They hold us to a field goal right there. And I think that was a big turning point in the ball game. If we put 7 on the board right there, we're in a dogfight, and we're going to get the ball starting the second half. And the offense is doing well. I mean, it ain't that we're not. We got to figure out a way to stop their offense right now because they're kind of having their way with us right now. And I was talking about this earlier. When you're a smaller school. And USJ deals with the same problems, and you're playing a lot of people both ways. When they come over to the sideline and the defense is off the field, you don't have everybody over there to talk to them.
That's
so
right.
Usually it's a half or in a timeout that you get a short time to talk to them, but mainly at halftime you make your adjustments. And we have been able to make good adjustments, and I think with it we're going to make some too, but we've got to get a handle on Finch, and I'm going to tell you, we've had decent coverage on 2 bombs that Pettigrew's thrown, and he's been just spot on.
Yep, he has.
Sometimes you got to tip your hat, you know. So, but Greg, we appreciate the stats, and we'll get with you when the game is ended, and hopefully we can turn this score around a little bit and make it a happy stat day.
Yes.
What we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at some highlights from the first half as we come into this, the USJ Jackson Christian game. And we're going to look at some of the replays and the highlights here. And right now at the half, there's 6 minutes and 9 seconds left as we get ready to go to the second half. I tell you what, let's take a quick time out here, and we'll come back with the highlights and the replays from the first half.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
If you work outside or in a facility with no AC, or you're just struggling with this year's heat wave, it can really take a toll on your body and health. At Live Hydration Drip Spa, we can help you recover with our Beat the Heat special for only $59. Call or visit us online today to set your appointment.
Back at USJ Kirkland Field, where the Bruins lead Jackson Christian 39-17. We're going to take a quick look at the highlights and the replays from the first half, and we will start out with USJ in the first quarter as they get it at the 7:05 mark as they come through and they score the touchdown and they drive it in. I tell you what, let's stay away from those because we're just going to let them run. I'm not really sure.
This
what
is
order.
Mosley's big run here, the one he took it and went to the house.
He
with
takes it to the side right there. As they go through. Okay, yeah,
good foot race there.
Yeah, Jackson Christian. And we put it on there at the 7:09 mark. And then USJ in the first quarter at 7:25, we're going to turn in here, and you're going to see a very, very good pass. And he turns it up on a missed tackle and goes straight through all the way into the end zone. And at that point, the score is where they have stuck it out. USJ again strikes, or actually Jackson Christian comes back in right here as we see this. This is actually USJ as they come in and hand it off. Finch had been out for a play right there.
And that's Spencer, the wideout, moving into the backfield.
It is, and they hand off, and he is able to get it into the end zone.
Noah Spencer will be their tailback next year. He's just a sophomore.
Absolutely. Then Jackson Christian is going to answer right here with a very, very, very big play. We're going to end up getting ourselves out to the side as we bust it in right here. He gets to the side, and he just flat out runs everybody. There's no catching him as DeMoss takes it all the way into the end zone for Jackson Christian's touchdown.
Yeah, 63 yards for DeMoss on that
63. And then USJ on this next one, it's in the second quarter, and they're going to get this little bitty flip right here. Great job getting the ball to the tight end into the open part of the end zone. And then USJ again strikes in the second quarter. As we come in right here, you'll see the snap taken. He drops straight back, and wide open, he breaks. A busted coverage, it happens, but when that happens and you have an offensive strike ability as USJ has, they will make you pay. And the final touchdown for USJ comes right here, Coach, as he drops back. And this is just a picture perfect, dropped in the basket. Good job, good catch, good defense right there. It's just really, really, really hard to get that,
well,
and
the ball
it gets into the end zone.
That well thrown, as you pointed out. And got to give Spencer credit. He could have gone down,
yes,
and he balanced himself with the hand and kept the knee from going down.
And, I mean, you know, and like you said, me and you both saw it when it happened, is that what – I mean, without committing pass interference, you cannot put any better defense right there. They got 1/2 step behind, and the ball, if it's thrown 1 to 2 feet further, it's not caught. If it's thrown 1 to 2 feet shorter, it's intercepted. You have to hand it. Sometimes you got to tip your hat. Great play by a high school quarterback and receiver.
Absolutely. Let's take a timeout here, and when we come back, we'll have more football for you on Worthy Road Studios.
At McCoy's Heating and Air, we realize there are more than enough things to worry about on a day-to-day basis. With our new 10-year all-inclusive package, your home comfort doesn't have to be one of them. For one low monthly payment, you can purchase a brand new York unit with full maintenance and repair coverage for 10 years with approved credit. No hassle, no stress, just complete coverage for your comfort and convenience. Contact McCoy's Heating and Air at 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com to schedule your free new AC estimate today.
This is how we Friday night. How do you Friday night?
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
No matter how you Friday night, you always win at Kaufman's.
And we are back. You can hear the music blaring in the background. And Jackson Christian makes its appearance. David trailing here 39-17, and we had to come back, if I remember correctly, 2 years ago. We didn't quite have this big a deficit, and our defense, we're going to have to bow our neck and have some stops. We actually only stop we had was the fumble recovery.
Well, and you just nailed it, Coach. I mean, the bottom line is that we've got to outscore them, and you cannot outscore them by trading off right now, and we were unable to keep up with the scoring that they were doing earlier. And, you know, I know we can. We now have got a chance to speak to the defense. We know that they've got a lot of weapons. We're going to have to take some chances. You know, I mean, that's bottom line. We're going to have to, like you said, we're going to have to press on the outside to take away the quick pass, put more linemen in there possibly to take away Finch. And when that happens, it opens you up to getting beat deep.
You know, you're right, and, you know, I'm glad I'm not coaching Coach Palmer and his fine staff.
Yes.
Get to work with them every week. And, you know, I am mixed between going all man-to-man. The trouble is when you go all man-to-man, it gives Finch and Pettigrew a chance to run. And if you play Tampa 2, is what some people call it, or too high, you leave, they can pick you apart with a short pass. Where it comes, we got to have some pressure. Pettigrew's got too much time to throw, and we're not filling the gaps and scraping into those holes when Finch runs the football.
Yeah, we're not forcing them. We're not forcing them to be one-dimensional. And when you have an offense that is as potent as the USJ offense is, and you've got as many weapons, and they're pretty much, they got the playbook wide open. You know, I mean that's tough. And you know, it's not that we're not playing well. It's just they're executing right now, and we haven't made the adjustments because we've not been able to. Now we'll get to see the adjustments made, and we've got to somehow pressure them. We got to pick one. We got to pressure them into being one-dimensional, take away something, so that we can kind of predict what's going to happen, and that's hard to do. That's what a coaching staff is out there to do. Sometimes they're able to do it, sometimes they're not. Bottom line is that right now, you know, you're down by 22 points, you have to go after it and take your chances. And because I'm sorry, I've always felt this way. If I get beat by 2 or I get beat by 52, I still lost.
Yep.
You know,
and you're right, Dave. Well, we've also got to give, if Boykin is going to throw the football and he's 2 for 9 right now, it's because he is running for his life most of the time.
Oh, he's on the move.
And we're not getting some blocks. And this game, first of all, boils down to whoever out blocks and out tackles the other team.
That's correct.
Keep your turnovers down. And just those few things right there alone will help. Well, USJ's line owned the game in the first half.
Yeah,
we made some nice blocks, but not enough of them.
You know, and that's been our strong point all year is we've been able to control the line of scrimmage. Well, right now we're not controlling the line of scrimmage like we want to. And you know, it's technique that we're going to have to use because, look, they're bigger. They're bigger on the front line than we are, and so have other people, but maybe not to this advantage. But if we can give Boykin time to throw and let him set up and let the receivers run the route, because they are got him running for his life, like you said. And bottom line is, as a quarterback, it's hard to look at your second and third option when the pressure's coming.
Yes. And we apologize to our fans because we've had the internet here at USJ the hardline internet has been a problem all night. And
it's not just Jackson Christian's broadcast. It's everybody's right now. There's, I'm just going to tell you, there's 3 media companies covering this game right now, and the bottom line, I think we've overwhelmed this press box.
USJ to kick off as they took the football, which usually they don't at the start of a game. And we usually have it, and may have gotten us a little out of rhythm there. That's not an excuse. That's what happened. Here's the kickoff, and DeMoss fumbles it back at the 4, and if he can get back to the 20, I'll feel good about it, and he did. Again, bad field position for the Eagles.
Well, he goes back over his shoulder to catch a ball that was probably headed into the end zone, but like we said earlier, you never know about these artificial turf fields. They have rubber pellets in them now. Back in the day when it was concrete and turf, that ball would have gone into the end zone and into the parking lot and probably down to Bemis. But with these rubber pellets, it'll grab it.
It's all at 1st and 10 on our own 23. The wide side of the field to the left of our formation. And we've got a tight end to this side. Mosley's coming into the short side. We try to run our cross play, and it got bottled up, and the football's loose, but I think Jackson Christian got back on it.
Yeah, it did, and that one was just not executed very well from the beginning. There was too many people in the same spot, and but we were able to get positive yardage out of it, which is I'm going to say which is positive about that as Boyd goes to the sidelines to talk to a coach.
2nd and a long 9. Boykin and DeMoss in the backfield, Mosley in the slot, and Jace Barksdale is his shadow all night.
Yeah.
He's going where he goes. They give to Mosley, and again, with 55 for them, I think that's O'Neal. He bottled that one up on the cutback. We did not get 55 blocked.
Yeah, Ty O'Neal just shoots a gap, and I mean, from that linebacker position right there, there's no question. He came through and just made it, and right now, we just got to bow up. We're going to be okay. We just got to get some positive yardage here.
Mosley with 110 yards, no gain on that one, but he's still at the 110-yard mark. In the slot, you can see that they've got him matched up man-to-man. Now, here we go. We're losing contain, and there's a helmet comes off. He has to quit, and the underthrow man has a chance at an INT, but it's going to hit the ground.
Well, and once again, as we're throwing the ball as we're moving backwards, the pressure is there, and we're not able to set up. And we've got one person in a route, Coach, and at that point, there was 3 USJ Bruins covering him.
Absolutely. Zach Cisco on. This will be his 3rd punt of the football game. And they have brought Spencer hard off one side, and it looks like 21 could come hard. And we did block him this time, but they blocked the punt, and it will go in for a touchdown. And I kept telling you this was fixing to happen.
Well, this block comes from right up the middle. There is no question that this is just blown right up the middle, and you'll see the big man comes right through, untouched from the linebacker, stretches out and gets his paw on it, and the Bruins get a major score to start the second half.
And Dave, they will come on to attempt the extra point, and that is 37. His kick is up, and the referees say it's good. So it is now 46-17. We'll be back for the kickoff to Jackson Christian School.
Hub City Deli is honored to sponsor Jackson Christian Athletics. Gourmet chef Peter Thomas invites you in for a totally new experience in craft sandwiches, wraps, and salads. The homemade hoagies are baked fresh. A big favorite is Pete's Brisket Hoagie with brisket, smoked Texas style. The Hub City Burger is a Jackson favorite. The salads are always fresh and unique. Hub City Deli is open for breakfast as well. Located on Pleasant Plains Extended, just down the road from Jackson Christian.
We are back after a punt block, and right now the wheels are coming off the bus, David. I mean, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say it any other way. Is that snowball has started downhill, and we've got to stop it somehow. We've got to do something to give us a little bit of momentum because it is all in the favor of USJ right now. Nothing has gone wrong for the Bruins tonight.
Field position, well, they had that one fumble, and we capitalized, but that's about it. English's kick, it's a directional kick. It'll come down short to Jack Collins. They kicked away from Mosley across the 20. He's running laterally at the 25 to the 30, cuts up into the middle. He's hit about the 35, squeezes forward to about the 38-yard line. That may be our best field position other than the fumble recovery.
It is. And Collins did a good job of getting the ball out to good field position. Now we've got to take advantage of this and match their score, and then we can get back into our mode of trying to catch this ball game up.
Jackson Christian has not scored since the 8-10 mark in the second quarter when DeBoss went 63 yards. The H-back, Jones, switches sides to the right of the formation. Mosley is guarded by Barksdale. We try the left side, and squeezing through there was Cam Boyd for a pickup of maybe 4.
Yeah, Boyd just hits the middle right here off of the left side, and as he gets through, he gets a good gain on first down right there up the middle, and we've got to stay positive on the yardage right here. Cannot afford at all to give up anything to USJ right now.
Second and close to 5. It's a little longer than 5. Slot to the left, wide side of the field to the right. Their cornerback comes down on the line of scrimmage. We give to Boyd. He cuts, makes a tackler miss or breaks it and gets a first down.
Great job of Boykin to make that fake. I had Boykin all the way right there, and they give it to Boyd, and he comes around to the right, and I see a lineman that is tapping his head. He's needing to come out. I think he's got an equipment adjustment, so we get another one in, and the coaching staff gets their first down in the second half.
Yeah, that was Dalton DeLoach, and sometimes you have to pop, the way the helmets make those things, you have to pop them back in the insides of them.
Exactly.
1st and 10 from the USJ side of the field. Here's the two-handed pitch to Mosley. He wants to cut it up, but we did not get the man blocked out there on the sweep to the left.
No, and you'll see right here, we're going to run the two-handed sweep, and Mosley tries to get to the outside to the left. And as he comes around, it's played well by their linebackers. We do get the seal, but we were able to give it up. And once it was given up, there's no way to get to the corner.
Their man did a good job. Banky to this side. The H-back lines up like a wing-back, but he's going to shift. Mosley wide. Here's Boyd, got outside. He's headed towards first down yardage. He makes that. He gets across the 30, and he'll be pulled out of bounds by his shoulder pads on about the 24.
That was a great job by Boyd to get this out. You'll see that he takes it off of right guard, and he comes right in here, and then, boop, he pops it right there, and we've got the seal on. And once we get the seal and get him to the outside, the young man is able to get very, very good positive yardage.
Good blocking by the line that time. Held their blocks, and sustaining the blocks are important too.
Yeah,
you got clears the line of scrimmage.
You're exactly right. You can't come off that block.
USJ uptight. They're bringing their linebackers this time. Here's the throw, but over the wrong shoulder, and I think you got holding on. I think the official's going to make the right call.
Well, and here's where it's going to get funny because everybody's screaming, uncatchable. That's not a high school rule.
I was going to ask you, Dave.
In high school, there's no such thing as an uncatchable football. I don't care if they throw it over the stadium. If you hold that receiver, you're going to get called for it. And that is the difference between what you watch on Saturday and Sunday and what happens on Thursdays and Friday nights.
And, folks, that's the reason you need to listen to this broadcast is Dave will have the differences in the rules. He is a great high school and college official. He can do either one of those. He could do it in the pros, but he doesn't want to. And he knows the rules. He's an avid St. Louis Cardinal, Arizona Cardinal football fan. They were in St. Louis once.
That's why I love
First and 10 for the Eagles after that penalty. Ball's on the 12-yard line. They can get a first down. Formation heavy to the right with two wideouts. Now, again, there's the mess up, but the timing this time, all effort by the line. Did a good job blocking. Boyd did, but we've messed that play up twice now.
Yeah, we have. We're just not in sync, and it's supposed to be what you and me both call cross buck, which is when the running back comes up from one side crossing over the quarterback, but they have made contact each time, and it's just a little bit, but enough to throw it off.
2nd and 6 from the 7. Back with the H-back to the left of the formation. That's important. Here comes Boyd behind him. Cuts, gets ahead of him, gets down to 5. Let's see where they're spotting. Now, the 5 won't get you the first down, though, Dave.
No, I think they're going to give him the 4. And, Coach, looking at what I'm seeing across the line, we're going to have to get to about the 2.5 to get the first down. And the ball is at the 3. So,
well, they gave him one more yard than we did.
It looks to me like that ball is almost touching the point after line.
Which is the 3-yard line, right?
That is right. Half a yard.
7:08 and counting here in the third quarter. Eagles trailing. Gage Boykin's going to keep it, but he is going to be shoved way back. And with that extra attempt at forward, you're going to lose big yard. Here comes probably a holding call.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm telling you, we got a USJ Bruin down on the other side over there. But, Coach, I could see that one coming. They tried to do it the last time on the fake, and somebody needs to understand that there's a player down on that side.
Yes, the Jackson Christian people will check it on him, which is good sportsmanship.
Well, the last play, Boykin ran it out, and after the play had been called or handed to Boyd, and he was wide open. And then they called it, and he kept it the next time, and he wasn't wide open. So, sometimes you say, well, we did it one time, we'll do it again. No, you don't, because that defensive guy got fooled, and he knows better. They're going to say that it's hold and a face mask, and this is going to actually move the ball inside, depending on where it happened. I'm not sure. They're going to call timeout, Coach, for the injured player.
Well, I've got a question for you, and then we'll take a timeout. Why the football that's the improper spot right now. That's offsetting penalties, right?
No,
they're both on Jackson Christian.
They're both they're on they're on USJ.
Oh, they're on USJ.
Yeah.
That ball that's not where it should be spotted unless they're bringing it from the spot of the foul.
I think they're going to mark this from the spot of the foul because it's not a previous spot foul. They're going to mark it from the where the foul occurred, and then they're going to go half the distance, which is going to take it to the 5, but we will repeat third down.
Okay, that's good for the Eagles. Pre-game show was brought to you by Great American Sports. So is the post-game show. Replay sponsor Mitchell's Body Shop. The corner logo sponsors some fine people. Jackson State Community College Dynamics Physical Therapy. Jones Chevrolet Blacksmith Restaurant. The scoreboard is a Thompson & Smith scoreboard for you. The Eagles will come straight to the line of scrimmage, but we're not going to play for a minute because you got to take time with this young man and be careful with his injury. And that is Will Horton, if I'm correct. I hope I didn't give out a bad number. Those
Are
numbers.
you serious? David Harris?
No, this is bad football. This is bad officiating right here. And we try the play, and USJ is going to smother. So it'll be 4th down and long.
Okay. Once again, I've got to say what I've got to say, and it's just simple. There's 7 officials on that field right now. Somebody has to realize that player was at the hash. That player was at the hash. You cannot start that play. I don't know if we're going to try to get it through and get some points on the board.
Zach Cisco on to attempt the extra point. It'll be held by Austin Kelly, snapped by Wyatt Jones. They try hard up the middle and off the side, and I think that it is no good. That's Zach's first miss of the year.
First miss of the year. And, Coach, sometimes it's not your night.
Sometimes the moon, the stars, and the planets do not line up right. And for Jackson Christian School, it is not lining up right. Ball goes over on downs.
Houston, we have a problem. You know, I'll tell you, and it works the way that it does sometimes. And right now, you know, a whole week and of looking forward, you know, some things that did not go right, you know, what we need to do right now, and it's going to be really hard to come back and get a victory out of this game. But with 6:04 left in the third quarter, you can win from here on out, and you'll get another chance. There will come another day, and we'll be able to set it up. But right now, you just need to win from this point going forward.
Well, I learned something from a basketball coach, Kevin Burton. You have to win more possessions than the other team.
Absolutely.
And we haven't won more possessions.
No, we've not come close.
Again, single coverage with one high safety. And here's Finch breaking loose and tackled. Looks like Collins.
Well, and you'll see on this replay right here, they give it to Finch, and look at the hole. He's not touched. He gets into the secondary, cuts in right there, and once he's one-on-one with a secondary, that's a running back's dream right there, to be going up against defensive backs and safeties.
Unofficially, he's got now over 200 yards. Around 218, 220 mark. Not a good vantage point tonight for us. Again, they're going to try Finch, and he's fresh, and they blocked us. Now we got. They're going to say that one was dead.
Yeah, he landed inbound, so they're going to keep the clock running at this point. I don't know why it stopped, but they're going to crank it back up again. And right now, Coach, you know, in the NFL, that running back would be buying the offensive line dinner tomorrow, because they are doing an outstanding job of opening holes for him.
David, as far as vantage points, this is the worst I've ever had in my career.
Yeah, it's not good.
1st and 10 on the 50 for the Bruins. They're going to try Finch again. He dances, finds the hole, and gets about 5, and then he gets pushed back.
Yeah, that's a good job by the linebackers right there. They were able to ward off the linemen that had slipped through to try to get them. And they were able to make a good hit right there with just a gain of 5. I just bit my tongue. Man, it hurt.
2nd and 5 for the Bruins. They're in Jackson Christian territory at the 45-yard line. Jackson Christian defense has been on the field quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, once again, you got to remember there's a lot of them out there that are playing both ways. So, you know, there's a lot of times they're up and down the field and getting a little bit wore out.
Linebackers read. They're going to throw out here into the flat. We missed the tackle. Spencer, who is a good running back, cuts back to the middle of the field. He's finally hauled down at about the 23-yard line.
Well,
Noah Spencer.
There's no question. Their playbook is wide open right now, and they're picking apart every time we set up to stop something, they go somewhere else. And, you know, Coach, we've said it before. Sometimes it's your night, sometimes it's not. And right now, there's just nothing that USJ is doing to cause any form of worry that they're not going to be able to move the football.
It is 1st and 10 on the 22 of Jackson Christian. Pettigrew and Finch in the backfield. Seals still in there at the H-back, which I'm a little surprised at considering he had an injury earlier in the year. They give to Finch, trying the left side. He's hit the hole. He is going to take it 22 yards for a touchdown.
Well, there's no question right now. They're going to call him out at the 1 yard line.
Okay, they did
I
get
just
him out
looked
at
down
the
and saw it, but you'll see him get loose. He hits the hole, and as he goes, he's going to come right through here, and he did just miss the pylon. If that foot happens to touch it, he's giving him a score, but he steps out just short of it. 1st and goal,
though, for the Bruins. Eagles would have to hold on 4 plays here. And they've got to get a push and get across in those gaps in the line of scrimmage. Finch and Pettigrew in there. They'll try Finch again. He'll try the left side of the line, and he got the push. And it is a 1 yard touchdown for Finch.
Well, Finch gets to carry across the line, but, that whole drive right there was a very, very good job of running your playbook according to what the defense was doing. And we are right now playing good defense. They're picking us apart.
Here's English on for the extra point. It hits the goal post, so it is no good. The score will hold at 52-17 while we take a timeout on Worthy Road Studios.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
And we are back here. The Bruins will be kicking off, holding a commanding 52-17 lead. 2:52 to go in the third quarter of play. And Dave, even when we start moving it, we've not picked up their blitzing linebackers very well either tonight.
Yeah, and it just there was just there's nothing much more we can do. It's not that we're not playing bad. It seems like we are, but every defense that we set up in, they're able to execute their plays. And, that's hard to stop.
We'll have a running clock, or should be.
Yes.
My math. DeMoss catches it, drives him back to the 8, comes up looking for a hole, finds a small one, and then a nice form tackle. Puts him down on the 22, and like I said, I've never seen the Eagles have worse field position than they have tonight.
Yeah, the snowball has started downhill, and what we need to do is stop it. We've got to do that, and I know that that's hard to do in a game that has turned out to be as lopsided as it could be, and I don't think anybody thought that it was going to end up being a runaway.
And 1st and 10 from the 24. Wide side to the left. Fake to Boyd, sprinting left. Here's the pass over the head of the intended receiver, Lance Rowland.
Yeah, we're in a mode right now that winning this ball game is just about an impossible feat. But winning, I've said it before, winning from here out. Is what you try to do, and you use this now to get better. Your first string is going to stay in here for a while. You've got to execute and try to get better.
Rowland and Banky come to this side in the slot. Now they're going to change up who's covering, and they get Barksdale back here. Here's Boyd dancing, fighting for yardage. He'll pick up about 4 or 5 tough yards.
And right now the defense that USJ has gone into, and Jim Hardigree is definitely calling it, is they're playing a little bit deeper, so it's not as easy for the linemen to get a hold of the linebackers and seal it off. And at the end of the day, this defense is very, very hard to run against.
It really is. They play what they call the 3-5, but they're in a 4-3 right now,
yes,
or 4-2. There's another pick right there. And that looked like Jace Barksdale on the pick.
Yeah, and Coach, we're going to have a running clock that probably is going to reach the quarter here, but I just said that it's time to get better. Right now, I think that you just have to accept what has happened and get the starters out. You don't want to give up anything right here. Get the starters out of this ball game and tip your hat, get in the bus, go home, and get ready for next week.
You're absolutely right. As the clock runs down, we'll tell you the score at the end of 3 quarters of play. USJ 52, Jackson Christian 17. Let's take a timeout.
At Alive Hydration Drip Spa, we offer top-of-the-line IV nutritional therapy, which has a wide variety of health benefits. From immune system boosters and skin care, fatigue, energy, and even hangover relief, you can be sure we have an IV blend that's right for you. All of our blends are administered by one of our experienced nurses in a spa setting to ensure you leave feeling re-energized and refreshed. Give us a call or visit our website to book your appointment today. We have what it takes to make you feel alive again at Alive Hydration Drip Spa.
And we are back as we change ends of the field. The Jackson Christian football. No, it won't because of the interception.
Yes, that's right.
I was writing my notes and stuff and wasn't thinking straight. And it is an interception. I believe that was Barksdale on that interception. And like I said, the moon, the stars, and the planets not lining up right. Running clock. Dave, you play for little pride. You play and try to execute.
Well, and you do, and but at the end of the day, bottom line is there's nothing that's going to come out of this game that puts you in the favor of winning, and the worst thing that can happen is starters get hurt.
Pettigrew still out there, Finch still out there. They're throwing in. There's a push off by 17 Saint, and the officials let it get away.
Well, let's see. There's a flag on it. Let's see where
you
they
watch
call
the push.
And we're going to get Monlow Hodge is going to step up in here, and 17 goes out of frame. So
17 pushed off before he got open.
Now, it looks like that they're going to end up with an ineligible downfield.
Still doesn't excuse the flag not being thrown on the push. Whoever the back judge is, I am being highly critical. You were slow on a call a while ago, too. And you're the one that missed the face mask.
As we get into this right here.
Seven-man crew's not working too well tonight, Dave.
Well, they're not coming the way that you would hope it would be. Now, don't get me wrong. The officials didn't call the 52.
No, it hadn't affected the score, but
not at all.
If you're going to do this job, do it right.
Oh, you got to. And
those people gripe when we don't call the game the way they think we ought to.
I'm really not understanding the play selection right there. Karma's got a way of coming back on things, and I just really, really don't too much care for that play call right there.
Here's the handoff to Finch. He dances. What a good running back he has been. We tackle him, but he's got good body lean, keeps his feet moving forward.
He does, and he's able to find the crease, and he just turns and adjusts his hips and does a lot of things to get himself into the linebackers in secondary, and then at that point, then he uses athletic ability to just turn it on.
278 yards for him on, looks like 24 carries.
Oh, there's no question.
For a lot of people, that's a career.
Don't you know it?
Slot left. The H-back to the left of the formation. Here's Finch running up the middle. He'll get across the 10 down to about the 8-yard line. Some tough sledding in there.
It is, and now I do like what's happening now. Just line up and let's just run the football. And if I get it in, then I get it in. I do not like throwing the ball here. Most of the time.
Well, Dave, you made a good point. This is at a point as a former coach, players can get hurt at this point.
Yeah, and
unintentionally things happen. Plus, you got a lot of tired young men on both sides.
You do, and the last thing you want to do in a big rivalry is rub salt in the wound, because then you have repercussions.
Here's the option play, the pitch. They're going to leave it on the ground. Jackson Christian will get it back. Now, I like that time what the officials did. You keep blowing that whistle till you make sure everybody gets stopped.
Yeah, but they called this early. They stopped the play.
Oh, not the infamous inadvertent whistle.
Well, no, I think that they stopped the play before the snap because of a penalty.
Okay. I didn't hear that one. I will confess that.
Yeah.
I goofed on that one.
Let's see. They're calling it an incomplete pass. Do we have the replay on that?
Well, they're coming to the line day, but it wasn't. It couldn't have been a pass unless I didn't think the overhand pass backwards could be a pass.
Not.
It can't. Well, it was a lateral then. It was an option play. Bad call again. Here's somebody open out, and that's Finch. He'll score again from 8 yards.
Well, everybody will say, well, why don't you complain about that pass? Well, look, it's 4th down, and I don't mind the score. I don't mind the score. Now, rubbing salt in the wound right there would have been kicking a field goal. But they go on and on 4th down, and at that point, I will say that the playbook opens up. You do what you do.
Not sure which kicker is in for USJ, whether it's English or the other young man. It was 37, who is Cooper Sykes.
Cooper Sykes.
He makes it through, and the score is now 59-17 with a running clock. We'll take a timeout and come back on the Worthy Road Studios Network.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's at the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's, for your life.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way, peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
We are back, and I guess I'm just an old coach, Dave. But anyway,
I know.
You play these last 6 minutes, 35 seconds. Kids on both teams play for pride here. You execute the best you can. You do the best you can. And you go away, and when this game is over, you can't recall it. You profit at the mistakes that you made, and you get ready for next week's game because it's going to be here whether you like it or not.
Well, and that's the way it is. And you've got a long season ahead of you. And, this is going to hurt. But it could be worse.
English will kick off this time. Sykes did kick the extra point, though. Here's the kick. English, and I think he is from the English family that is a kicking family. Plus, Lanier played over at Northside for a while.
Oh, Buckshot.
Yep. And
I love Buckshot.
This one, a nice return. You say, well, it wasn't that long, but at least we got out to about the 27, 28-yard line.
We've got 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes, a little over. Now, so just keep the ball for this 5.5 minutes. Do not let USJ touch the ball, and that's what we're playing for at this time. Who's in at quarterback?
We'll check it out and see who is in there. It's Austin Kelly.
Yes.
Bouncing the ball outside is 3. Boyd, our blocker was wise. Lance Rowland did not block the young man in the back.
Well, and that was a good job, but, you got to be a little bit more aggressive on this block right here. You'll see 13 does it. He's got him coming right here. He can't waylay him because they will call it a blindside block, but you just don't bump him. That's where you said you got to stay on your block.
Yeah. Had Rowland come back at it and hit him in the back, that would have been
a penalty.
Yep. So he did well on that one. Here's one, Boyd breaking into the secondary. Gets across the 50, and there he is tackled by, I think that's number 11, Alex Wallace, a sophomore.
Yeah, a sophomore. Wallace but Boyd finds the crease right there, and that is what you want to do right now, and get positive yardage and end this game on a positive note.
Single coverage on the slot and the wide out to this side. Austin Kelly cranks it up, throws the football just in and out of the hands, right on the fingertips of Jalen Mosley.
Well, and that was a very, very good pass, and just a little bit far, and Mosley was side by side in a track run down the line, and Coach, at the first of this game, maybe the adrenaline gives him that little extra step, and that may be a completion.
Blake Rowland here out wide to the left. They give to Boyd again. He gets 10. Will he get the 11th yard? And that time a host of folks helped him go backwards.
Yeah, it looks to me like his forward progress takes him over the 39, and he's going to get to the 38, which is going to be enough for the line to gain first down. And right now, with a running clock, Jackson Christian is able to put something together.
Now, the young men on both teams want to play hard, and neither team needs anybody hurt at this point. You just play hard, and everything will turn out good. Here's Boyd again. Nice fake by Kelly. Boyd's going to be right at the first down marker again.
Good tough running right there by Boyd as he takes the ball off of the right-hand side and gets down inside the 30-yard line. And USJ is calling a timeout here with 2:48 to allow the coaches to talk to the young Bruins that are on the field now.
Tell you what, we'll take a quick timeout and be back after this.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here ready for action with 2:48. And I have to watch. My phone wants to record everything I say sometimes. And it doesn't need to. Jackson Christian with the football on the 28-yard line of USJ. It's 1st and 10. Banky in motion. Kelly wants to pass. Throws it up and just missing. Good coverage, but just missing. Was out here on the outside, down the left side. And let's see who that was for Jackson Christian.
That was number 85.
That looked like Daniel Green, the tight end.
It was, and he released into the flats, and it looked like he had a step, and the defensive back was just totally fooled. But the angle here did not quite show the coverage.
It sure didn't. Here's a handoff to Boyd. He goes towards the right side, head towards the stake. Will he make the first down? I think he's going to come up a little short, but should pick up about 8 or 9 yards.
Yeah, and it's going to bring up a third down, and I see him coming just short of the 20 as we're trying at this point possibly just to put one on the board before we head back to the campus of Jackson Christian.
Won't make up for losing, but will make you feel a little better, David. Single coverage again, and one high safety. Boyd up the middle, or is that DeMoss? I think that's DeMoss in there. No, it is still Boyd.
That's Boyd.
Like I said, fans, I apologize for having so much trouble. The numbers of USJ are very hard to read, plus the angle, and I've had somebody have their head in front of me most of the night, and it's not one of our staff.
No.
Kelly wants to throw it, and a good rush and a good tackle. And is that number 6? If it is,
yeah,
we need to give that young man credit. Christian Melton.
So Melton gets in and runs an extremely good rush, and Austin was going to try to get to the outside of him to make a play, and Coach just said he realized very quick that just It just wasn't going to happen.
Okay, Kelly's giving them the play from the sideline. Wide out to the left. Slot to the right. He sprints right, he being Kelly. He shoots one down there in and out of the hands of the intended receiver at about the 17-yard line.
Yeah, and I know that is going to be probably the end of the ball game right there. I don't believe that we should run another play, and I don't know if we will, but they're hustling up. Okay, we're going to get one more.
Well, like I said, you got to learn these are all substitutes that are in there, except for maybe Boyd being in and out. Kelly getting some work over the middle. It's intercepted. And that's the third interception of the night. Good play by the one high safety as time runs out. And that is the end of the ball game with it 59-17. Jackson Christian loses to USJ. And what we're going to do, we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, you'll hear from David Wade and Coach Joe Holloway, and we'll wrap this game up.
This is how we Friday night. How do you Friday night?
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
No matter how you Friday night, you always win at Kaufman's.
Buying a car is all about you. In person, over the phone, or online, we make it simple and easy. Our place is yours, no matter where you live. LonnieCobbFord.com or Lonnie Cobb Ford in Henderson, where cars really are cheaper in the country.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's at the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's, for your life.
At Lonnie Cobb Ford, we now give you a warranty for life on the engine and transmission. That's right, a warranty for life at no cost to you. Unlimited time, unlimited mileage, but it's only at Lonnie Cobb Ford in Henderson, where cars really are cheaper in the country.
And here we go. Over the music, I'll try to do what I can to muffle it very loud. Dave, not a happy night for Jackson Christian. They pick up their first loss. And I believe next week Tipton Rosemart, correct me, is coming to town. And like I said, it's one of those nights. Great. First quarter was great, Dave.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, USJ came out and took the opening drive and went straight down the field, had no problem putting it in the end zone. Then we turned around and we answered very loudly with a big run. Then we got the turnover, and we were only we were able to get 3. And in this game, 3 points was not going to be enough. And I think everybody kind of knew that the defenses were not going to be able to stop each other. And we stopped ourselves several times. But you know what, Coach? That's a good ball team out there. And sometimes it's not your night. We've said that before. That's the way that it goes sometimes. And when it happens that way, you just now the character builds. Now the coaching staff builds you up. You were looking forward to this ball game, and everything was hinging on it. And then didn't go quite like you wanted it. But at the end of the day, we get better from it. It will help us out in the long run. I've never been one of those that says sometimes it's good to lose. But you know what? Sometimes it doesn't hurt as bad as some people think unless you let it bother you. And knowing this coaching staff and these players, it will hurt for a couple of days, and then they'll get back to business on Monday and get ready for Tipton Rosemart.
They will. A very good basketball coach, Rick Insel, will back you up. He really hated to go into the state tournament undefeated most of the time.
Well, you know, I mean.
And he did one year, and a little team by the name of Northside had the lead. If the point guard doesn't throw a cross-court pass that they weren't supposed to, the 71-game winning streak Shelbyville Eagles would have gone down, and unfortunately, those things happen. Now you focus. I don't know which way Darby and his staff handle it. I have a game like this, and I know some coaches, all they do is cut clips out. They let you see some good clips. They let you see some clips of what we need to work on and stop the film and say, hey, we should have been in the A gap. We've got to scrape off here a little better. We got to communicate on these wide receivers and not leave them open like that. I don't know whether they will watch the whole film. Probably not here in the second half a little bit. Now, they will clip the interceptions and let the quarterbacks see why the coverage got them, what they did. Was it just an overthrow, or did we not see the man coming into the coverage? And there's things to be learned and still teaching to go on. You don't know the truth? I also know coaches. There was a coach at Dobbins Bennett. He wouldn't even show this tape to his team sometimes.
And there is, there's a million ways to handle this. And, the best thing that I know and that I'm sure of is that this coaching staff and this team will handle it the best way that will be up to them. And they will keep it within house. And they will deal with this as a football team. And it is a hard loss, but everything in life is not going to be roses, and if it was, then, we would all be happy.
Absolutely.
But, this is where programs grow.
Right.
And you know it. You have built programs, and you know that, you have a history of rebuilding programs, and in doing so, that means that you had to suffer some pretty bad losses to rebuild, and it's how you rebound from something like this is that starts to show the character of a team and that it bonds a team. Winning bonds, losing can bond. It's the way you deal with it.
Well, you don't start laying down. One loss does not define a season. And I will say this while you're still here. Dave's got to leave a minute. We're going to take our last time out. I'll come back with some comments and a couple of point-out things. But, Dave, this can build character. It can build you a team. Here's the one I wanted to say for you to expound on. These two teams will see each other again in the playoffs.
Yeah, they will, and it's coming. So you might as well book that, and it's not such a bad thing on a rematch that you were the team that came up short.
Amen.
And don't think that the passes in the end zone at the end won't be remembered. And don't think that this coaching staff will not see and be able to predict. We got the rest of the year to finish up. We will do it, but you're exactly right. These two teams are going to meet again. Because of what just happened here, it's probably going to be here again.
Yeah.
So, but we know that we can compete, and we did not play our best, and I don't think they made a mistake tonight other than the fumble. That we capitalized on, but not much.
And I'm not going to brag, but I am going to say this. I proved to be a prophet. We had to score every time they scored.
No question.
And we couldn't match them.
No question.
And that was – we're going to take our last time out and hear from some outstanding sponsors like Snookums and Lifestyle Vision and Lonnie Cobb, Ford, Nest Realty, Bank of Jackson, Blacksmith Restaurant. Also going to hear from Lifeline Blood Services, maybe not in this time out, but others, Kaufman's Furniture, Arrington Funeral Directors, and Alive Hydration and Spa, Hub City Deli, McCoy's Heating, and, of course, Elite Dental, Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. Let's take that time out. We'll come back and wrap this contest up.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
We offer live webcasting for families. It kind of came out of when so many warriors were going overseas to war. We have learned to offer families more choices, that we want to serve our families well and serve our families better. At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all pre-arranged funerals. So you may have pre-arranged your funeral in this town with another funeral home or even in another state, but we accept all pre-arranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson. The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
We are back, and I'm going to tell you what, he is a wonderful human being. He fought through mobs of people to get to us twice tonight. Greg Armour, this is what I call a moon, stars, and planets does not line up game. After an excellent first quarter, I did make one comment. We would have to match them score for score tonight.
Yeah, Coach, it's just, one of those scoring, Let me get to our stats here. For Jackson Christian, we had 11 first downs. In the passing department, we attempted 16 passes, completing only 2. Gage Bolton had 9 attempts, completed 2 for 41 yards. Leading receiver was Mosley. He had 2 catches for 41 yards. In the rushing department, we rushed 31 times for 282 yards. Cam Boyd had 19 carries for 124 yards. Mosley had 9 for 97. DeMoss had 2 for 45. We punted 4 times for about 35-yard average. We had 1 block for a touchdown. We had 3 interceptions. Gage had 2, and Austin Kelly had 1. Okay, for USJ, they attempted 13 passes, completing 12 for 220 yards, 13 first downs. Their leading receiver was number 8. He had 5 catches for 111 yards. In the rushing department, they rushed 29 times for 276 yards. Their leading rusher was Finch. He had 26 carries for 263 yards. They had 6 penalties for 48 yards.
Yeah, we had a couple of costly penalties that the face mask penalties happened at a bad time.
Yeah.
And I felt like, and I did my commentary this time, felt like the 7-man officiating crew didn't affect the ball game win or lose, but there were a couple of things. They missed a push off in the end zone, and there was a crucial face mask that should have been called and didn't get called that may have hurt us, but those things are not winning and losing ball game. The first quarter was not that bad of execution.
It was not that bad, no.
But then the wheels came off the bus. The back to the drawing board. We can't sit here and tarry and worry over this game.
We get ready for next week.
Coaches will go back to the house and they'll break this film down. Each one will look at areas, and we probably will spend more time just showing kids things. We'll show them some good things, but we'll also show them here's where we can improve, and maybe we need to scrape a little wider in a hole, or we got to drop back here on this pass coverage or something like that. And that's all we can do.
That's right.
It really is. And I don't know. You got any final thoughts? And we appreciate it, because this is tough on Greg coming by, but he's always such a gentleman.
No, Coach, we just one of those nights, and we just have to gather ourselves together and get ready for next week.
Absolutely, and we will see you. We'll be at home next week.
That's right.
And Tipton Rosemark comes to our house, and, hey, we'll be ready to play by this time next week. These are resilient young men.
That's correct.
And hats off to Finch for his great effort.
That's good.
We had some kids with good efforts, but Finch had a great effort on the ground.
Yep.
And Pettigrew, 12 for 13. We'll look at our pass rush and pass defense a little bit.
Yep.
There he is, Greg Armour, with us. We're going to wrap this contest up, and we will tell you that Worthy Road Studios and Jackson Christian School bring you the best in sports. We have soccer, baseball, softball, football. I'm sure I'm leaving something out, men's and women's soccer. And our director tonight was Christopher Reasons, a very fine young man. And Stephanie Janda is our producer tonight. Adrena is our replay operator. Our cameras were Eric Inman and Chris Benson, and we appreciate those gentlemen. Our executive producer is the one and only Paul Schultze, and I'm Coach Joe Holloway. I was your announcer, and all of our Ball Game Blitz TV show broadcasts are available to you to watch in high definition on Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel. And don't forget to patronize our sponsors. Tell them you appreciate them, even if you don't go in and buy something that day. Buy something one day. You'll find they're great people. The technical director, you also see that. I don't want to leave out my good friend Gary Lockhart, who will produce the Hub City Daily Show, and we should be back at Hub City this week. But it was so hot, the coaches made a wise decision to not practice early, and they practiced at 7 o'clock. And the bottom line on all of this is we will live to play again another day. These two teams will go into the playoffs. These are probably the two best teams in this region. Hopefully you see all the good people there. David Wade, my color man, on the screen there, and we will remind you of two things. This broadcast cannot be reproduced anyway. It's copyrighted. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, editing, or anything else you use it for that hasn't been approved by Worthy Road Studios is illegal. You have to have the express written consent from them. And we're going to say those famous words. Thanks for your time this time. Till next time. Good day, all.